hello to everybody that is tuned in to another episode of Crossover. I am one of your co-hosts, Maria Knows Best. The
And
other
I'm
one,
Brandon, and we are here today, episode 5. We got the whole team with us today. We got True, we got Sturdy, we got H from the UK, and we got our good brother Africa Casual. Sorry about that. And Herm, Hollywood Herm. So make sure y'all put them guitars in the chat for Hollywood Herm. Fellas, how y'all week been going?
I've been chilling,
Man,
man.
everything good. I got smoke though. I just know I got smoke.
Hey, I'm everything good over here. Though. Can't
I caught
we
a
complain.
got a
camp early this morning. Besides that, I'm good. I'm good.
Can't
well, we
complain,
got a
man.
full panel today, so let's hop right into the topics that we have for you guys. The first topic that we're going to be discussing is related to the WNBA. How can they market their talent better? We're going to start off with Hollywood Herm.
End of the day, this is what they gotta start doing. Stop hating on each other for one. Embrace whoever's getting the attention because that's how they gonna get more money. Gotta start from somewhere. WNBA dropped the ball on the Houston Comets in the 90s when you had Cynthia Cooper and Cheryl Swoops. That was the Mike and Scotty of that era. They failed on Diana Taurasi. They failed on Maya Moore. Now that you got an opportunity to build with a Kayla Clark, is she the best out of all those? Hell no. But end of the day, you got to start for somewhere. She getting those $1 million endorsement deals. So the players got to embrace it so that way they could get the piece of the pie as well. They keep hating. They going to keep half-assing with the promoter. So end of the day, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it how players are in their feelings. Hell no, embrace her so then that way y'all can get the piece of the pie, get those $1 million endorsement deals, and get pushed too. Until then, they keep hating on each other. It will never prosper. They will never grow. They will always be stuck and always relying on the NBA Players Union to supply them salaries. So, man, they need to get it together. Stop hating on each other. That's what
So
they
are
need.
you saying? So are you saying the best way the WNBA, so they should just tune in on Caitlin Clark due to the fact that she can probably bring in the most revenue for the organization? Is that basically what you're implying?
Yes, you got to cash in when you get familiar faces. They fail like with the names that I gave you, just the names. Even with Lisa Leslie, they dropped the ball by not pushing their greatness. End of the day, is she proven? No, but she was the face of college basketball. So why not push her and ride the back of her if you can? You're seeing her getting these endorsements as hell. Ice Cube, even though I think it was just promotion, he offered her $5 million just to play in the Big Three. So end of the day, ride that wave, ride it out, and you hope that she actually cooks. So that way, hell, people would tune in. People gonna want to watch this shit. They gonna want to see if Caitlin Clark could cook. They gonna want to see what the Chicago Sky doing with the 2 first-round picks that they inquired with Angel Reese, and I forgot the other one. You make it correct me, Mariah and True the King and Casual and others. But end of the day, the WNBA, they need to take advantage of this. If they don't, they're going to miss on another opportunity and not promoting another star that could have been the face of the league. They dropped the ball on other faces. They need to make
Okay.
sure they capitalize this go around because they haven't capitalized ever since they started the damn league.
Well,
So,
okay. Well, okay. Go ahead,
no,
Ruben.
no, no. Go ahead, Mario.
I was gonna say I have a lot to say. I disagree, but I'm gonna hand it to True. What are your thoughts on what Hollywood Herm is saying, and how do you think the WNBA can market their talent better? Also,
He didn't address the topic whatsoever. Like he said the same. He said the same exact thing he said like a week ago, if I'm not mistaken, or like 2 weeks ago. Like the same stick. The problem is because I don't think Herm knows what he's talking about. Or watches WNBA because one of the reasons why is the bad marketing of the WNBA. They had an issue when the Chicago Sky first preseason game wasn't even available for a WNBA League Pass. You have Cardosa, you have those females, a big market like Chicago too. The team that they got, and you don't put them on League Pass, you put them on a random stream, whatever case may be. That's terrible. Nobody's saying you can't promote Cornelius Cart. It's not even about. See, there was the issue why people was worried about the her coming, not necessarily killing Cart per se. But listen, we understand she's talented, but there's other talented people you can promote too. That's because She can be.
Like who?
You can
Who's
call her.
excited in the
I can cut
WNBA?
you off one time. I didn't cut you off one
I know,
time.
but who's excited in
I
the
didn't cut you off one.
WNBA?
I didn't cut
True.
you off
Who's
one time.
excited? True.
I didn't
Hold on,
cut you off
Herm. Let
one
him. Hold on.
time.
Let him land. Let him land. Let him land.
Because
We're
you
gonna get
getting
into
cooked.
it.
So you already got cooked.
Go
So
ahead. Go ahead.
you already got cooked. So that's why you over talking.
You never cooked nobody. True.
You
I
already
own
got
you.
cooked.
Remember
You
that.
over.
I own you. Remember
Hey,
that.
hold on,
In
hold on,
debates,
Herm.
you know I
Herm, you
own
gotta
you.
let him. You gotta
I
let him
was
land,
quiet
and
the
then we'll
whole
come back
time.
around. We're gonna have a
I was
discussion. But go
quiet
ahead.
the whole time.
Go ahead, True. Go ahead, True.
The point of the matter is this: like, it's not you can promote Carmen Clark all you want. Nobody going to debate that. Nobody going to argue with that because it's who she is. But you got other people you can vote too. That's because Michael Jordan was the face of the league. It's not like they wasn't promoting other people. That's because LeBron James was the face of the league. It was not like they wasn't promoting other people. That's because Magic Johnson, Larry Bird was the face of the league. Doesn't mean they didn't promote other people. You can be the face of the league and you can still have a face of the league or whatever and still promote other athletes in your league. Doesn't mean because that's not the point. Nobody cares that she's the quote unquote face of the league, but people care about how we pick it and choosing on the promotion of this is all we care about is the Indiana Fever. When there's other ladies that's just as talented or maybe more that can also bring money in too. That's marketable and things of that nature. Come on now, the WNBA is the problem. It's not the females per se. Whatever females can hate all they want to. That's whatever. They hated on Magic and Bird coming in, and they hated on LeBron James coming in as the whatever case be how his stardom came. But guess what though? They still got marketed because of their league doing a great job. WNBA, one of the biggest problems is their terrible marketing. They're terrible. They're one of the worst marketed professional leagues
You
in
want to
the
know why it's
world.
terrible marketing? True. You want to know
I'm
why it
done.
is
I'm
terrible
finally
marketing?
done now, though. If you want to get, I'm finally done now.
You
But
Hold
want
on,
if,
Herm. Before you get into that, because I feel like it's smoke on the panel today, and I like this. I love this right now. First up, before you go, let's get to what Sturdy thinks about this. Sturdy, what you think, bro?
Peace, salutations, prosperity, my brothers and sisters. But in my opinion, the marketing. Here's what the marketing the WNBA can do to improve their marketing. Number one, increase the pace of the game. At this point, every successful league they appeal to the casuals. What appeals to the casuals? Offense. I do agree to disagree with Herm. Herm is right. Caitlin Clark offense potential and appeal in her game has the spark for the WNBA needs.
ew,
A lot of surveys been out there. One of the reasons why people don't watch WNBA is style of play. It's a little stagnant. It's okay for the WNBA to implement rules to speed up the game. That's not unnatural to the NFL. That's not unnatural to the NBA or baseball. You know why? Because casual fans like offense and offense attract, and casual fans are the majority of the profit when it comes to these major sports. That's number one. Number two, how do you attract those people? You got to change the marketing scheme. You have to market the women's game and their personality, right? So when you market these women as strong, predominant women, not so much masculine, but more so strong, proud, feminine women, then that will attract not only young athletes, feminine athletes, and girls who wants to be basketball players, but also women in general. Women respect status, they respect confidence, and they respect femininity. Let's be honest. So for them to be able to display that as well as show their capability in the game, you will get a target audience and then start to branch out from there. Every major, especially sports, every marketing period, the highest consumer is women. So the WNBA needs to start appealing to women of all ages. Lastly, this is more so on the players. We're in 2024. This is the prime age of social media. Increase your interaction. Why come we don't really hear that many of WNBA players podcasts for some strange reason. We don't hear that many of them interact with their fans on during the off season in terms of how they educate the game as well as display their own personalities, what they do. Because if we did, we'll understand they'll be more relatable. They'll be like, oh, Caitlin Clark, she's not just a WNBA player, she also does this, she also does that. And same thing for what's the sister name? Sharia, what's her name? Help me out, Maria. Help me out.
Who are you talking
Uh,
about? You
she,
talking about K sister? I can't think of her name either, but I think you talking about Aguma K sister who usually does the sports talk on
yeah,
like I can't think of her name, but I know who you're talking. It's Aguma K sister. That's Ineka
yeah.
Aguma K. I cannot figure it. Sorry.
Yeah, I didn't want to mispronounce his name, but y'all get the idea. We
Yeah.
all know the best way for you to attract people to the sport is for them through relatability. If you show that the women are unique, they are feminine as well as have personality, you attract more people. So I think at all three levels, that's how the WA can improve their marketing. Like, just to wrap it up, as a league, change your rules to more offensive, make the game more fluid. That way, you attract more catchers. From a marketing perspective, target women athletes, target women and women athletes first, and then branch out. And then from the player standpoint, increase your interaction on social media. Would it be YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, don't matter. I don't see why these women aren't podcasting or doing multiple interaction events to their fans. You do that, I guarantee more focus gonna bring back to the league. That's
Okay.
my idea. That's my two cents.
No, I mean, good take. H from the UK, you there, brother?
H from the UK, you there? Go once.
Hey, mate. Hey, mate. Answer us, mate.
Nah, look.
Yeah, yo. Sorry, man. I had some business to sort out with my wife, man. Yo, I'll be honest, man. I didn't watch the WNBA until this year, and that was only because of one person, Caitlin Clark. I don't care about Angel Reese. I don't care about Cameron. I don't care about Cameron Brink. I don't care about none of them. Caitlin Clark was the person who put the NBA on the map for a lot of people. And while I was watching the WNBA on what's it called, on back streams and then even highlights, one thing I like to do, I like to read through the comments. And a lot of people say, this is the first time I've watched the WNBA and Caitlin Clark makes it exciting. At the end of the day, I don't care what people say. We sometimes we how can I say, we overlook the importance of business in basketball, and we look at talent, but basketball or the WNBA and the NBA is a business first. And she has the hype around her. She has the glow around her right now, man. Capitalize off that. Forget everyone else, man. Capitalize off that. If you want to capitalize it off hate, then capitalize it off hate. But don't be indifferent with it, man. Like, if you're going to capitalize off it, make sure you're doing it now, because if you're not going to capitalize off this moment, the WNBA is just going to go on its back, and it's going to go through the same circles and the same cycles it always goes through. So this is the time, man. We're in a good position where women's sports on a total and on a whole is being elevated to the forefront. I don't know if she's watched a lot of soccer, but even women's soccer, especially in the UK, is getting pushed. Women's sports is it's at a time where it can be. I don't think it will be as big as men's sport, but it's at a point where it is getting pushed. And at the end of the day, you can get a piece of the pie, but you need to have a star player. All businesses are built on a star player, and Caitlin Clark needs to be that star player. If not, you're just gonna miss an opportunity, or the WNBA is gonna miss an opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, so I guess I'll go.
Go ahead.
I hear Herm, right? I hear Herm, and I feel as though that I kind of agree with him, right? Like, we need the stars and the greats to embrace, right? The up and coming. We don't need you to kiss butt, right? We don't need you to be fake. We don't need you, being political. We need you to embrace them, though. Like, even if you're not gonna say nothing nice, don't, what I'm saying, come out and say nothing crazy about them. At the end of the day, this is the meal ticket, right? With Caitlin Clark, with the Angel Reese and them coming in, this is the meal ticket. I say, do your talking on the court, right? We need the rivalries, right? We had a talent. I think the WNBA is going in a great direction, right? This is the first time this, and I think when they came around, '97 was the first season of the WNBA. So to me, this is the first year I've actually was excited for the WNBA draft. I had never in my mind thought about watching the WNBA draft, right? This year I was tuned in. I was locked in. Like, all right, who's going to who? How is that going to play out in the next few years? The WNBA is in a great place. Women's basketball is in a great place. Even this year, I was more excited for the women's tournament than the men's tournament, to be honest with you. And even with the stars that we have in the college basketball right now, even with the Juju Watkins and stuff like that. Like, listen, she's coming, right? And people know that she's coming. So right now with Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese and Cameron and all them like cooking right now, all you're gonna do is add her to the pot, and the league is gonna be cooking, right? The league is only about 27 years old, so we also still got to take that into effect. I do agree that they dropped the ball with some of the greats like Maya Moore and the others, where they probably could have, even the Lisa Leslie's, where they probably really could have pushed the culture forward for women's basketball. But y'all got to think at that time it was still, especially with Lisa Leslie, the league was still fairly young. So I think we're in a good place. Um, I'm leaning more towards Herm's agreement. Well, Herm's point on this. Don't be on some hating in the press conference. Show it on the court, right? And to the point of they hated on LeBron James and they hated on the others. You got to think about it. When they were hating on LeBron James, the league was already like solidified. It was already the league was what the league was. We had already had the bona fide stars and Shaq and Kobe and Allen Iverson and Michael Jordan had touched and Hakeem and Reggie Miller and guys like that had already touched. But that's all I got to say though for real. The women's basketball is going in the right direction, bro. No matter how you feel, it's going in the right direction. But go ahead.
Brandon, I disagree. I disagree in terms of this aspect, right?
Hold on. Listen, because Mario got to cook. After Mario cook, we gonna get into it, and we gonna have to loosen these ties up because I got smoke for a few of y'all. But go ahead.
I agree. I think that the WNBA is going in the right direction. Back to the actual question, like how can the WNBA market their talent better? Ways to get people more attracted to it. I think somebody said in the comments, Action Jackson, he proposed a good idea, which would be to lower the age restriction and allowing allowing players to come to the big leagues. Because I think that Juju Watkins over there, is it Watkins? I hope I'm right. Juju, I was just gonna say Juju over there at USC is killing it, and she has a fan base right behind her. And I think that fan base would then follow her over to the big leagues. I think Paige should have been in the WNBA if she had after her freshman year, because she didn't get hurt till like her later years. So like if she had her balled out her freshman year, she probably would have went pro then. I think that lowering the age is a good way to get more people into it. And obviously, like A30 said earlier, would be to allow these athletes to actually show their personality. I think that that's the biggest. And I think and this is actually, I think that they're moving in this direction because I feel like we see this from Angel Reese a lot. I mean, we talking about a girl who we know that she's also into fashion due to the fact that she was at, I cannot think of the big event where people show off the what?
You're talking about Met Gala.
She was at the Met Gala one night, and then that next day she had a game that she had to play, and she actually played very well that next game. But allowing these players, to show their personality, that's really the biggest way that they're going to attract more viewership. And also just like televising the games. Why aren't these games televised? You on your app, you said one thing, and then you don't do it. The Chicago Sky should have been a televised game. The fact that it took a young lady by the name of Allie, hey, it's Allie is her Twitter X. She screamed the game because she was in Minnesota. She was watching. She was at the game. She decided to scream the game, and her scream drew in more than 400,000 viewers. So imagine if you guys had televised the game, you would have. Come on. You would have made money off of airing the Chicago Sky. That's what I mean. Caitlin Clark is one way in which the WA can use to their advantage to televise, and they've done that. However, there are still other players in the league that bring in just as much, viewership. Just as much viewers. I can't even the words. I can't even say the exact word, but bring in just as much as Caitlin Clark can bring in, but kind of in different ways. And Herm, I would disagree with you 100% on the fact of the old players. You saying that the old players are just jealous. I don't think that is jealousy at all. I actually like it. Diana Taurasi has been like this. Diana Taurasi has always been a trash talker. This is her. She more than obviously does this more on the court, but she'll trash talk. And I like the fact, and I don't even think that it was trash talk when she was in the interview and she said the stuff she said about Caitlyn. I like it. Create these. I want to see these rivalries. I want to see these rivalries because if I'm not mistaken, they were saying that like some of these games are almost sold out due to rivalries. That's a good thing for the WNBA. I love it. Capitalize.
So
Yeah.
you like our old girl. So you like our old girl on Gilbert Arenas show on Gil's Arena. That was hating on Caitlin Clark, felt the way
Cynthia
the
Cooper.
Ice Cube off
But
of
it's not that she was hating. She made a statement, and I understood what Cynthia Cooper was saying when
it wasn't just Cynthia Cooper though. It's the other.
No,
It was
Cheryl Swoop. She's talking about Cheryl Swoop.
not
No,
Cheryl
she's talking
Swoop.
about Lexi.
Lexi was
Lexi
hating on
Brown.
her
Lexi
bad. Lexi
Brown.
Brown hated on her bad. She currently in the league.
Hold on,
She
but
No,
her,
but her. I want to push back on this though, right? And no, but that's hold on, but rebranding her. That's a great thing. Like y'all just said it. Need more headlines. Need more storylines. Need more
'cause now
rivalries.
I'm watching
The
for
fact
when she
that
go up against Lexi.
exactly the fact that Lexi saying, "Oh, she ain't gonna be all that da da da." Oh, we gonna see when you lace them up, and that's the best. Same thing.
Yep.
That contributed to LeBron. Like, believe it or not, I keep telling people this: the greater the hate, the greater the greater the love, but also the greater the hate. But most importantly, it breeds attention. So
LeBron
yes,
didn't have a
let
real
them.
rivalry though.
No, Herm,
His
but
whole
Herm,
team was
let
hating
them.
on him.
No, that's not the
Boosie
point.
and them niggas.
But Herm, that's not the point. You give more reasons for people to watch. Is Caitlin Clark gonna live up to the hype? Is LeBron gonna live up to the hype? More storylines means more attention, more reasons for you to watch the game. And I like it, especially for women in the league to hate on her because you gotta lace them up. Herm, you know for a fact as a boxer fan, ain't nothing better than a fight than athletes who about to get into it talk crap before. Ain't nothing better.
Sturdy. So you actually right because it makes sense, right? Because Lexi Brown, we saw what you were saying on Twitter. Okay, when she come to your town, lace them up, right? Like get on that court, like show that you better than her, right? So we kind of do need the rivalries, but I think we need it. Well, we need the people that are gonna put the gas on the fire that are actually playing. I don't want to hear anybody that's not playing. They can't get on the court with her. If she on your schedule at some point this season, absolutely run your mouth. Because I want to see if you can back it up. Go ahead.
The reason I understand what y'all saying, but I still disagree to the point that if you do want change, if you do want bigger salaries, if you do want to get those $1 million endorsements, you got to embrace it. Yes, you could talk trash to them. There's nothing wrong with talking trash, but like a lot of it is hate and jealousy because they wish they could have had those endorsements. They wish they could get those contracts that's going on. So end of the day, if you don't embrace it, if you're not supporting it, how more players gonna get the contracts and the endorsements? So you got to embrace her, but at the same time keep that competitive spirit. But it's not really about being competitive. It's more about they jealous of Caitlin Clark and the attention she getting and the money that she getting. That's what I see. It's not even about competing. If it's about competing, you just go say you gonna bust that person ass and leave it at that.
Do you feel like the NBA? Do you feel like everybody too friendly?
That's not the total time.
Nah, but that's not the
No, I'm
thing
saying
though.
no. It's the same.
I
It's
wouldn't
the
be
same.
hating on no. I'm
It's
not
the
gonna
same
talk bad.
thing.
No, it's not. I'm not gonna talk bad on a player because they getting offered a certain amount of money. Well, she shouldn't even be. Who cares? It's the reason why that motherfucker offering it to him.
Man, listen. What I'm saying is,
end of the day, why I'm gonna hate on that? I'm
it's
gonna
a
just
good
say
thing that
I'm gonna bust
everybody
that
not being
player ass
buddy,
and leave
bro.
it at that.
Listen.
Before it's hating on them because they getting offers that I never got or any other great WNBA player ever got. Man, that's hate, bro. It ain't about competing, competitive
I
spirit.
say something
That's not
though,
competitive
Go ahead,
spirit.
True. Go ahead,
because
True.
like once again, it has nothing to do with the topic. Like we're when we talking about the now players hating on each other or not hating on each other, that has nothing to do with I saw on the screen. I know I only have a high school education, but it says WNBA marketing. The problem, I don't know why we keep going back and forth with like why y'all giving a pass for WNBA of lack of marketing. Nobody's denying, nobody's saying that you cannot promote Caitlin Clark. I didn't hear nobody on here saying that, but I do have a problem with the meat munching mentality of all we're going to care about is Caitlin Clark. That triple M mentality, meat munching mentality.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie to you, True. I don't even want to cut you off, man, but I ain't gonna lie to you.
That I'm just
You
being
got
honest,
H
bro.
from the
I'm
UK.
just
Hold on.
I'm
Let you
just
land
being
real quick, and
honest.
then H, and then we gonna move on.
That is triple M meat munching mentality.
Yo, land your plane and
Hey,
let me go off,
put
man.
the triple M's in the chat, man.
Land
Okay,
your
Listen,
plane and
I
let me go off.
got
And
West.
that's all cap. What you
I've
saying?
never
That's all
said.
cap.
I
That's
never
all
said.
cap.
First of
Hold
all,
on.
why
Let
you
you
getting?
land. Go
You
ahead.
can't get mad for something that I didn't disagree with you on. But the one thing I am going to push back and disagree is the fact that we're not going to sit here and act like she's the only person. Listen, if Caitlin Clark is the reason why you're watching, that's fine. I don't. But that being said, the other talented ladies are marketable and promotable, where you also
Who?
can do too.
Who?
All right, we
Hold
just
on.
had
Angel
Angel
Reese.
Let
Reese. We
H.
just had
Let
Angel
H from the
Reese.
UK go ahead.
We have Asia Wilson, the best player in the league. That's marketable. That can, you know what I mean. You can do
That's how
some.
the
You
show
have
She's not marketable.
Okay,
I'll be
we
honest,
gotta
man.
because of dumb WNBA. At the end of the day, the lack of market of the WNBA is the reason why.
No,
That's
look,
the end of the day, though. Listen, we understand that I never denied you cannot push Caitlin Clark. You can push her all you want. That's fine. But there's other ladies, other female athletes in the league that you also can promote. Like I said before, when the NBA have their faces in the league, they have their faces, but they also promote other guys too. So last night, I mean, like that's this lazy argument. Oh, I mean, yeah, we don't care about anybody else. Well, here's the thing though, if Caitlin Clark ain't playing, if I'm not watching anything else, how that's going to grow the WNBA? If I'm only watching Indiana Fever games and I'm not care about nothing else, why should I care about the WNBA if I only care about one thing? That don't make any sense. Everybody can. How can you grow if I'm only watching Caitlin Clark? Even okay, to your point, Caitlin Clark may not play every game. She may have an injury or something like that. May miss a game, whatever case may be. Or I'm not watching. She ain't playing. How are you going to grow the product?
that's
okay. But we gonna hear what H from the UK has to
then
say.
we gotta
Then
move on.
on to the
Yo,
next
man.
topic.
I'll be honest, man. True, you said a lot of stuff and said nothing at the same time. Yo, at the end of the day, Caitlin Clark has put this women's basketball on the show. Simple. I don't care about. Nobody cares about Angel Reese. When you
No,
watch,
but
when,
wait. H from the UK. Hey, you can't. No, H from the UK.
It wasn't just her. We're not going to lie.
Hold on.
H from the UK. You
Say,
can't.
yo,
Mario.
H from the
hey,
UK. You
go,
can't.
Mario.
H from the UK. You cannot sit there and say that when I specifically told you Angel Reese's game was not.
Angel Reese plays like
Angel
Reese plays like Andre Drummond.
She plays like Ben Simmons.
She plays like Andre
Hold on.
I'm
glad you got involved. Yo, Mariah, I'm glad you got involved, man. So now I can cook a woman. Angel Reese.
Let her go, H.
No, because I was talking and she interrupted me. I'll talk and then you can go. At the end of the day, when it comes to Angel Reese's game, her game ain't attractive. She plays like Andre Drummond. I'm going to be honest. Simple as she plays like Andre Drummond. When you look at Cameron Brink, at the end of the day, she plays good. She's very efficient. Her game's boring. Majority of these players are boring. The only players who actually play to an NBA caliber, exciting game is Caitlin Clark and Juju Watkins. And Juju Watkins ain't in the NBA right now. So you might as well capitalize on the person who reminds you of a very popular player like Steph Curry. You might as well do it. The rest of these people, man, I'm not gonna lie, their game ain't attractive. It ain't gonna bring over the fans, the casual fans, and the casual fans bring in the revenue.
Let me ask a question. Hold on. Who watches the WNBA more? Is it Mario or is it you, H?
Bro.
All right, so let's hear Mario.
Bro.
Go ahead, Mario.
Okay.
I
think we just gonna have to agree to disagree, even though I did put out a statistic that Angel Reese, the Chicago Sky, drew in over 400,000 viewers, even though the game was not televised. So a lot of people were watching Angel Reese illegally, whatever. But I guess she's not good enough to draw in any attention. We'll just have to agree to disagree. Before we move on to the next topic, though, I need you guys to
she definitely drawing in attention. Beautiful
Angel Reese. Before we move on to the next
she
topic,
draw attention.
Before we move on to the next topic, I need you guys to like the video.
Yo, hold on. Mario, go ahead. You cutting out. Go ahead, y'all.
Okay.
Y'all gotta let her rock.
Before we move on to the next topic, I need you guys to like the video, subscribe to FYF Sports Debate, subscribe to the channel so you guys can see more content like this. But that's it. We're gonna move on. Okay, so now we're switching over to the NBA, now the men's side of basketball, which I like to see how this goes if that's how the WNBA went. Over this past week, we were given the winners of Depoy MVP and Rookie of the Year. The first one that we're going to be talking about is the Depoy Defensive Player of the Year. The finalists in this category consisted of Rudy Gobert, Bam Adebayo, and Wemby. And Gobert was given the trophy. He is now a 4-time Defensive Player of the Year. He ties with Mutombo and Ben Wallace. And I have questions for you guys. My first question is, what do y'all think this means for Gobert in regards to his legacy after winning this award? And do you guys think he should have won it? Ace 30. We'll start with you.
Absolutely. 100. First of all, shout out to Rudy Gobert, a guy who sees a lot, who's a product of a lot of hate, a lot of unnecessary critique, especially when people evaluate his defensive game. For some reason, people bring up his offensive game that has nothing to do with the defensive game. That's not the point. Tying the record with Ben Wallace and Mutombo with your 4th Defensive Player of the Year is only impressive and only going to increase the chance for being inducted to the Hall of Fame. We're talking about a guy, if we're going to be objective, is a top 10 defender of his generation so far.
Okay.
Period. Like, we're talking about a guy who, before he even got to the Wolves, was completely floor-raising, incompetent defensive rosters in the Utah Jazz, and still making them the top 5 defenses during the majority of years he was there, primarily because of him. His ability to deter shots, his ability to block shots, his ability to his ability to defend the post, and most importantly, do the things that aren't tracked numerically. A lot of people don't understand in basketball, especially on the defensive side of the ball, a lot of things that can't be tracked by numbers. And the things I'm talking about are very important on defense, such as communication, play recognition, and most importantly, being physical. These are all things that help not only you as a defender, but most importantly, your team. And no matter where Rudy Gobert goes, he provides that same effect. And so the reason why I believe that he will earn this award this year, and was deserving this year, to get his 4th award, primarily because the defensive improvements he made as an individual by being more mobile, being able to contest shots, and contain more perimeter-oriented players like we just saw in the Suns series when he swept them, but also, most importantly, continue to do the things that the intangibles I just mentioned earlier. If you don't believe me, ask Mike Conley, ask Anthony Edwards, ask Karl Towns, ask Jalen McDaniels. All have said throughout this season that we are not as good as defense as a team without the big Frenchman behind us, and that's Rudy Gobert. Shout out to Rudy, man.
No,
shout out to Rudy. Sorry.
Shout out to Rudy. True, good brother. What you got on this? Who like? Do you cool with this?
I have no problem with Rudy Gobert winning Defensive Player of the Year. He had a great year defensively, where he was top 3 finals for a reason. So I mean, like you said, I'm not gonna regurgitate what Sturdy said. I mean, he's like I said, leading the best defensive, arguably the best defensive team in the league. He's been doing this for a while. I'm not surprised that he got it. I thought he was gonna get a quote. I thought he was gonna get some level of fatigue before the season started, whatever, because he got 3, but he got the 4th one, tying the record, so it is dope. Yeah, I mean, listen, hey, shout out to Rudy Gobert. I mean, deserving, one of the greatest defensive players in his generation, one of the best Europeans, probably go down one of the best European players of all time, believe it or not, y'all. Just because he ain't the flashiest offensively, whatever, especially one of the best French players of all time when it's all said and done. Yeah, so no doubt about it. I mean, one of the best in the game for a reason. So yeah.
I know you said one of the best in the game. Why do you think that, before I move on to the next person, why do you think that Rudy Gobert is kind of like mocked, like not taken seriously, despite being as good as the player is he is defensively? Like, why do you think he doesn't get respect by other?
Because the fact that he got a lot of DOPYs in the social media era where other people think in the league that people think they're better than Rudy Gobert per se. But I mean, with that being said, you could be. This doesn't make, and like I said, this is not this is because he got 4 defensive player of the years. Don't make him like, he automatically better than somebody. Because like I said, Tim Duncan never won defensive player of the year. Scottie Pippen never won. So it's like, I mean, it is what it is, right? When it comes to voting, but with that being said, though, we have to still give credit where credit is due for Rudy Gobert, what he's been doing. Like I said, but like people forget people do forget like he is European. He's from France, and sometimes like people use it, but like he definitely chasing like, you like it was a narrative, like it was. I mean, there's European players that have been playing defense before you Rudy Gobert, but it was more, it was a narrative of European players don't play defense, but then he kind of like Rudy Gobert kind of like changing that, you know what I mean? Got that he so he helped changing that too. Because like I said, people forget Rudy Gobert been doing this for a long time, y'all. He been an elite defender for like since like 2017. So it's been almost 10 years of him being a carrying defense, especially he was in Utah. That's why it's dope to see him in Minnesota where he doesn't got to do that much, where the amount of carrying he was doing on the Jazz. So yeah, he deserved it. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily pick him per se, but listen, he had a deserving season, so I can't get mad at it.
H from the UK. What are your thoughts on Depoy, the Depoy winner?
Yeah, man, Rudy Gobert, man, he done his thing. He got it. Simple as, man. Like, he's the best. He was the best defender on the best team. Like, simple as, man. And his defense has traveled everywhere he's went. When he was on the Utah Jazz, they were a top 5 defensive team, maybe in some seasons the best defensively. He's come now to Minnesota, same thing. Best defensive team by a country mile. And at the end of the day, I think it's just hate, man. I think it's really just hate. At the end of the day, I know a lot of Americans are hating this European movement, but at the end of the day, we come in and we're taking over the league. We're taking over defensively, and we're gonna do. Right now, we've got the top 5 players are all international. We're taking over. Simple as, man. So don't hate, just respect it.
Herm, okay.
Hold on, let me go really fast before Herm.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I do just want to point this out, man. I wouldn't have been mad if Wemby would have won it, man. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know why. I mean, he did get the most. Well, I guess he came in second place, right? 3.6 blocks. Almost a steal and a half a game. 204, I believe, deflections. Like that, people actually altering their shots. 3-point shooters altering their shots. Him. Making stops on a 3-1 fast break. Things like that. I would not have been mad if Wemby would have won it. I think that the safe bet was maybe, I guess, Rudy Gobert. But Rudy Gobert does also have other defensive players on his team that that I think do a good job as well on defense. But I'm not mad at Rudy Gobert, but I definitely would not have been mad at Wemby getting it either. But Herm, go ahead, brother.
For one, I think y'all crazy. Rudy Gobert shouldn't have won. Hell, he's not even the best defender on his team. End of the day, if his defense was so great and so much of an impact, why he basically going to become unplayable in this Denver series? He was the reason that Denver won yesterday. They was exposing Rudy Gobert left and right yesterday. And that's who y'all want to get Defensive Player of the Year. Y'all are crazy. Man, end of the day, when I look at all-time defensive greats, those guys can be on the floor at all times. But Rudy Gobert, he becomes so much of a liability sometimes. Even despite of what people may think of his defense, you still take him off the floor. Ben Wallace was terrible offensively, but he was so great defensively, they never took him off the court. He still was in games at crucial minutes of the game. Rudy Gobert defense is not that great to the point where to the point where that we still gonna keep him out here. He got exposed. They was exposing him left and right. Denver kept picking on him yesterday. And that's who y'all want to call Defensive Player of the Year. They should have went to Wemby. Wemby did all what he was doing on defense on limited minutes. He was on time restriction with playing time, and he still was averaging 3 plus blocks a game. It's still in the half a game on limited minutes. They should have gave it to him. It's not like he would have been the first rookie to do. I mean,
I think he
end
was
of
the
the
only
day, bro.
rookie outside of Manute Bol to lead the league in blocks. But go ahead.
That's what I'm saying. I don't like this, man. He should not have won Defensive Player of the Year. Not even the best defender on his team. Quite frankly, who gives a damn about Rudy Gobert? It don't mean nothing to his ex. I'm gonna be honest. It don't mean shit to his ex. And true, you was capping about him being the best French player. Don't you know Tony Parker?
Never
He got
said that.
Yes, he did. Yes, he
Never,
did.
I
Yes,
never
he
said
did. I can. Yes, you did. Tell he probably could be
that.
the
He's one
best
of them.
friend,
He's one of
best
them.
player for France. You did say that. We can rewind the tape now.
You can do that.
We can play
Rob,
this tape
you
now.
can do that.
You said some crazy stuff, man. He's
I,
not nowhere near the best. Not even close. You got Giannis, Tony Parker, and Wemby. He's not better than neither one of
Giannis
them
not from
three.
France. Giannis not from France. But
Yeah, Giannis is from Greece.
I will
It
say
don't.
this though, Ern, and I understand why people like yourself will say Rudy have those type of critiques towards game because there's a lot of nuances to playing defense. A lot of things like it's not just because I don't block a shot don't mean I'm not doing stuff to prevent that team
Nah,
from
don't
scoring.
belittle me
It's
like
hold on,
that now, cause he
I
don't
ain't
he
believing
don't he
you.
don't do
Hold
shit
on,
like
hurt,
that
hurt.
now.
I ain't belittling
He
you.
ain't moving
I ain't
like that
belittling you.
defensively.
I ain't belittling you.
He ain't
I'm just
doing nothing
reminding you.
complicated. Because if
that's
that's the
already
case,
fun.
man,
Let him cook,
I'm just
her. Let him
reminding
cook.
you
Let him
because
cook her
no,
real
because
quick.
I'm just reminding you and the people that's out there. Last time I checked, Rudy is one of the biggest reasons why they're only, I believe, 6-1 so far in playoffs. He is one of the biggest reasons why. He did make improvements to his game. And last time I checked her, I don't know what you was talking about when he
Wait,
can't be
hold
on
on.
the
Who was
floor.
clamping up
Because
against
when
the
I
Suns?
no, it was that's the beauty of a great defensive team. All them dudes was clamping.
Just take the
All of
rim.
them. Last time,
Take,
hold on. Last time I checked, Rudy wasn't just stuck in the paint, just waiting for shots to come his way. He was calling out plays. He was blowing up back cuts. He was when he was forced to be contested against the perimeter. He was still doing a great job for any defensive big. It's simply contained. Don't give up the open drive, which he haven't done not one time in that Suns series. So last time when people say he get play off the court, it's a fallacy that's been proven by Lamont Lane on FYF Sports when he did a film breakdown. Of course, watch his stream anytime. But the point is, we see. I don't recall any time he got quote unquote play off the court. I don't recall any time in Utah or in the Minnesota series right now where Rudy's not valuable. And this is not my words; these are the words of his teammates, coaches, and other Defensive Player of the Year winners, like a Joakim Noah, like a Tyson Chandler, who speak highly of Rudy, and of course Kevin Garnett. But that's my 2 cents, though.
I mean, who else got something to add to that?
Yeah,
Hearn,
I
you
got
want to?
something to add to that,
Oh,
man.
go
Just
ahead,
on the
H. Go
back of
ahead.
what Sturdy said, at the end of the day, I just want to call you out on your capping, huh? Yo, you said that Rudy Gobert was unplayable in game 3. What about game 1 where he locked up Jokic, man? What about that game in game 1? And for the fact that you had the cheat to even bring that up, the man's just had a baby. The man's just had a child, man. You think his mind's really on the NBA, on the playoffs right
it's the
now?
reason why you're a professional.
Hey. I'm just calling you out for your cap, man.
Wait, hold on.
That's all I'm doing.
That's his firstborn. We not about to act like he. I would have listen. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. My firstborn child. Listen, I'm with my child. I don't call me a bad teammate. Call me a sucker. Call me whatever you
Mm-hmm.
want to call me. For my firstborn, oh yeah, I'm gonna be there for my child.
Yeah, man.
Like y'all, I trust my
Okay,
teammates. I
yeah,
trust that y'all can hold it down. But go
I,
ahead.
I'm,
yeah. Go
yeah.
ahead.
Man, I'm gonna make a request, man, to the NBA. NBA, I'm calling y'all out. Y'all start passing out these awards after the playoffs, cause y'all do it too early, and then when we see in the playoffs, we be like, why the hell y'all gave this brother this award? Whoever you give the award to, like when you give a Jokic his third, his MVP, people start questioning like, damn, why we give Jokic the MVP? He was looking horrific the first 2 games. Now, don't get it twisted. Denver's still very well in the series, but they need to wait, man. Do what the NFL do. Wait, man. Wait till most of the playoffs concluded, man, and go on, start passing out awards. Because when you do the shit too early, it make people question how y'all what the criteria really is. Because the value Really, we see a true player's value when it counts the most. Rudy Gobert, we've seen plenty of times, even in his Utah days. It was instances, despite of what people may think he is defensively, it don't amount to anything when it comes to the overall impact of the team. And like I'm gonna tell y'all now, y'all for to see this turnaround in the Denver series, he's gonna become unplayable once again. It always happens, especially in the second round for Rudy Gobert. So I'm going off a track record. I'm going off what I've been seeing. He should not have won Defensive Player of the Year, man. Should have went to the young buck that did it on time restriction.
Okay. So we're gonna move on. Rookie of the year. That's what we're gonna do next. Wemby wins Rookie of the Year. How y'all feeling about that? Is there anybody else that y'all maybe think should have won it, or y'all cool with that? We're gonna start with you, H.
Yo, man, it's a no-brainer, man. It's a no-brainer. Wemby was the best rookie by a country mile. Chet started off strong when Wemby was playing the power forward and he was getting used to the NBA. End of the day, Chet had the chance to play with NBA players last year because he was injured. So he actually got time to build collaboration, to build continuity, and to build chemistry with his, not only his teammates, but also getting acclimatized to the training of the NBA. Wemby didn't have any of that. But as soon as he got acclimatized to the NBA and they moved him center and Pop actually unleashed him, you seen what's going on in, as they say in the UK or in Jamaica. They seen what go on, man. So at the end of the day, Wemby won it by a country mile. And I just give a hot take. Next year, you're gonna see something even more amazing. You might see a 25-12, man. Real talk. You might see a 25-12 and 4 blocks, man. Yo, man, Wemby's the one.
Okay. True. What you think, brother?
I mean, I don't think this is. This is hands down consensus. I mean, man had my opinion, he had a great rookie season. My opinion, the best rookie season we've seen since Tim Duncan. So, I mean, the fact that he was doing what he was doing, on minute restrictions, the fact that he was doing what he was doing on minute restrictions and things of that nature. I mean, listen, it was dope to see how. I mean, listen, hey, him being a great rebounder, his versatility, being one of the best defenders in the league as a rookie. I don't think people understand how hard that is. Like he was one of the best. He was one of the best in the league as a rookie. Defensive, that's hard. Like defense as a rookie playing at that level isn't an easy thing to do. So, and like I said, his offensive game, how he was coming along. I mean, listen, hey, he was he was top 3 finals as defensive player of the year, and his offensive game is still growing. And he saw the versatility pulling up from 30. His ball handler doing sham gods and at 7'4". I mean, listen, he's incredible, and he's a generation talent for a reason. So yeah, hands down, I ain't no complaints here.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely agree. I don't really think there was much of a real debate here on this. I seen someone in the comments. Let me make sure I can go to that. Thunder. Shout out to Thunder. Thank you for tuning in. Thunder said it, man. They could have handed Wemby Rookie of the Year by January, to be honest. It was wrapped up, and on limited minutes, well, restricted minutes at that. The impact that he had on the game. I'm excited to see what he does these next 5 years. Definitely excited. But let's go to
Acer.
uh, A Sturdy. Sturdy, what's
Yeah.
up, brother?
Yeah, man. As usual, I got to remind the people, well, my fault, not remind, enlighten the people of how historic this season has been for a rookie. We all said the multiple times being on minute restriction, about 28, 29 minutes per game, for him to put up that production is nothing but extraordinary, only for Mark to come. This is the worst version of Wemby we're going to see, which is scary,
That's crazy.
which is scary. But for him to be the sixth player in NBA history to win you Rookie of the Year unanimously, joining Ralph Sampson, David Robinson, Blake Griffin, Damian Lillard, Harvey Towns in that class tells you It's not only the type of rookie he was, but also the type of player he was viewed as. We're talking about a guy who let's be honest, he's the future of basketball, dog. He's not supposed to be like this, especially as a rookie. I'm talking about a 19-year-old. Forget forget the obvious with his defense player. We just talked about how impactful he was defensively in the last segment, but his offensive potential and the little nuance of the game that he already good at. Me personally, I didn't think he was this good of a passer, but he was actually becoming a better passer as the season progressed, making better reads not only out of the post, but also in transition and on the baseline. So to me, like the sky's the limit for Wemby, and and shout out to him for putting on a historical season that we will always remember.
Always remember.
Nah.
And
Oh,
like
go ahead, Mario. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Uh it should have went to Wemby. Um no doubt, no other player in my mind. I kind of wish Scoot Henderson. I ain't even lie. I had Scoot Henderson before the season even started. I thought he was gonna do something. Um, didn't do a thing. But 1v1, he won unanimously. Yeah, Herm, did you? Herm.
Oh yeah,
And make sure y'all put them guitars
hey,
in the chat for
hey,
Hollywood
y'all
Hearn
put
too.
them
Go ahead.
guitars
Go
in
ahead.
there, man.
Go ahead.
We
Go
know
ahead,
case was
brother.
closed. Case was closed in January, man. Wimby just that special, bro. Um, 20 plus point double double throughout the whole year. Defensively, just as much of an impact defense. I think his impact is greater on defense for right now, despite of him getting the numbers that he got offensively when it comes to scoring and rebounding. But defensively, that's where this impact was truly felt at. And I think he's gonna be the face of the NBA. I think they got a great thing going on in San Antonio. They're gonna only get better. If I'm the Spurs, trade your lottery pick this year because you don't need anybody from this draft. Um, Make sure that you do right by Wimby. Wimby's gonna be the man. Y'all just gotta put a team around him. He's gonna keep getting better and better, y'all. So I think they got it right. This is nothing to really debate or go back and forth about.
Oh, can I say one thing before we move
Yeah,
on?
no, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. Like, as much as I think Wemby will be a top 5 player, even top 3 player, I don't think he's going to be the face of the NBA, man. The face of the NBA is going to be Ant-Man. Ant-Man is going to be the face of the NBA. You heard it here first.
Well, hold on, H. Before we move on to casual, what's going on, good brother? Before we move on to casual, do you think that the face of the NBA has to be one player? Do you think it could be 3 to 5 players at one time, the way we
No,
saw
no.
like in the 2000s?
Yeah, yo, to be fair, the NBA is moving away from that anyway. So I think anyone can become the face of the NBA. I think multiple players can become the face of the NBA. But
Okay.
when they're talking about the definitive, like, boom, who's the best?
But
I think it's
I'm
going to
gonna
be
be
Ant-Man.
honest, like Wemby, I would put Wemby over Ant, and I love Ant Man, dog, but I would put Wemby. But look, so casual, welcome, good brother. Welcome to the panel. How do you feel about this rookie of the year going to Wemby? Do you feel like maybe it should have gone to anyone else? Go ahead.
No. I think to echo A Sturdy's point, I think any rookie that leads the league in points, rebounds, blocks, and basically just in only 30 minutes. And if he's not first, he's definitely top 5 in rookie rankings in multiple categories and really all categories. If we're being caught honest with ourselves, I don't really think that you can make the case for anybody. I was one of those people that actually felt early on in the year with the shooting splits that Wembanyama was putting forth versus the shooting splits that Chet was putting forth. I was one of those people that felt like Chet was probably going to edge it out. Even though it was going to be a tall task because of the aura of Wembanyama coming into the league. But once he got those shooting splits to, I believe, if I'm correct, hey, Sturdy, if you have it right now, if once he got his true shooting to like, I want to say like 56 and a half, and he was still being all where he was like a top 5 defender all around this year, while also only playing in 30 minutes, while also upping his playmaking ability, while also becoming a much more consistent box out and rebounder, while also being more consistent of a scorer for the San Antonio Spurs. I think it became like very clear, I want to say by January, that Wembanyama was going to be clear cut as rookie of the year.
Okay. I agree. So next, first off, before we move on, I want to remind everybody, make sure y'all like the video. Make sure y'all hit that Cash App. Follow the Twitter account, the crossover FYF, and make sure y'all. My bad. Hold on, sorry, y'all.
Subscribe
Make
to
sure y'all
me.
get the likes up. Yep, and subscribe to FYF Sports as well. We got a lot more content coming from y'all, and we definitely want to say thank you to everyone who's tuned in so far, who's been supportive of us. These first 5 episodes, it's only gonna get better, y'all. I promise you. But so I guess our next topic, right? I definitely want to get into the top 5 NBA rookie seasons all time. This one is probably gonna be a really fun one. I'm interested in seeing where everybody mind that is with this. So I guess what I'll do is I'll go ahead and start it off, if y'all don't mind. And this one I really struggle with this. I struggled so much with this. A lot of names that get left off. So please don't stone me. But at
No
number
promises.
no problem. Okay, no problem. Listen, no promises. But I'm gonna be honest. At number 5, I got Shaquille O'Neal. Top 5 rookie season all time. The reason I have him, especially as a center coming out of LSU, I judge it based off of your impact to winning in the turnaround to your team when you're drafted. Of course, stats are gonna matter, right? Like your impact on the floor, and things like that. But so for me, Shaq at number 5, coming in at the 1992-1993 season, he came in averaging 23.4 points, almost 14 rebounds, 3.5 blocks on 56% shooting from the field, right? And the impact that he had on the Magic at that time, they went from 21 and 61 to 41 and 41. I know that doesn't sound as impressive, but I mean, come on, like definitely had an impact there. Um, Eighth in the league in scoring, second in rebounds, second in blocks per game. You know, and what was so impressive to me is that he did this in the big man era, right? He came in, where there were other great bigs that he had to compete with on a nightly basis. So at number four, I'm gonna go ahead and say David Robinson. My reason for that: played all 82 games, 24 points a game, 12 rebounds, 3.9 blocks, 53% from the field goal, and had almost 4 blocks per game. Now that's the second amongst rookies all time. And talking about impact on winning, I think it was a turnaround of 35 games for the Spurs. So they went from 21 and 61 to 56 and 26 after David Robinson. So to me, that's impact. I mean, bless you. 24 points, 12 rebounds. Like that's crazy for a rookie. And my third is gonna be Larry Bird. Getting drafted, for the 1979-1980 season. Um, a lot of you may not remember, but I mean, not the Spurs, I'm sorry. The Celtics actually had the second worst record in the NBA before Larry Bird got drafted. He came in, they went from 29 and 53 to 61 and 21, which was the best record in the NBA at that time. Larry Legend, 21 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists on 47.4 percentage from the field, and actually shot 40% from 3-point range. Played all 82 games, and actually led the Celtics in points, rebounds, and steals. That's impressive to me, and that's why I got him at number 3. And number 2, I know y'all, a lot of the younger people are gonna try to downplay this, but I got Wilt Chamberlain, 1959 and 1960 season for the Philadelphia Warriors. Buddy averaged 37 points, 27 rebounds, 2.3 assists, or 46% shooting from the field, and won the MVP that year. That is ridiculous. A lot of y'all got to put some respect on Wilt Chamberlain. Uh, Buddy came in the league, impacting the league right out the gate. I know y'all, a lot of people may try to, attack the era that he played in, but he can't control what year he was born, what year he was drafted. So that's why I got Wilt Chamberlain at number 2. And at number 1, Number one, I got Oscar Robertson.
Okay.
Number one, I got Oscar Robertson. I know we talk about the triple double and things like that. Him and Russ, but bro, he almost averaged a triple double in his rookie year, which is bananas, right? 30 points, 10 rebounds, almost 10 assists, and was actually efficient. He was shooting 47%, led the NBA in points, assists. He led the NBA in points and assists that season for the Royals. They went from 19 and 56 to 33 and 46. So he definitely impacted winning as well. I actually had fun doing a lot of research on this because I'm gonna be honest with y'all, it was a lot of names that I was gonna put in there that that it was a lot of names we could have put in there. But so let's go ahead and go to.
Wait, Breanna, before we go to the next person, we did get a donation from CDog67P.
Let's go.
Thank you so much for the support. We just appreciate you.
Thank you, most definitely. And for the rest of you guys, if you have anything, bro, we appreciate it.
$25 donation too. Shout out to you, biggest.
Shout out to you, man. Shout
out to that good brother. So who? All right. So I guess we'll go to True the King. What you got, brother? Who's your top 5 rookie? What are your top 5 rookie seasons all time?
Sturdy.
Sturdy. My bad. Go ahead.
Yeah, y'all know what it is. Let me start with number 5. Start with number 5, that guy who changed the equipment of the game. Talking about Shaq, man. Like, we're talking about one of the rookies of the year, not just from a dominant standpoint, by the way, from a guy who came in as a top 10 player, by the way. That's what all these guys are going to name. My top 5 came in the league as minimum top 10 players, right? So you're talking about a guy like Shaquille O'Neal, who came in the league averaging 23 and 14 and 3.5 blocks, dog. And here's the thing that made Shaq that edged Shaq my top 5. The fact that what just his impact on the court, but his impact on the game of basketball. The Orlando Magic was still a budding expansion franchise, and it was his debut that took him over the top. It was his debut that helped popularize not only that franchise, but the Eastern Conference outside of the Knicks and the Bulls. That he not only put the Magic on the map, but he simply put centers. He added to the legacy of centers in the 90s and being drafted in 1992. Changed the equipment, broke multiple backboards. Shaq is the reason why we have breakaway rims because of him. What he did rookie season. Of course, the Diesel was number 5. At number 4, the captain, baby. Like, what are we talking about? Like, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Lou Alcindor at the time, for those who don't know. Y'all see them numbers. That's rookie year. 28, 29, 14.5, and 4 assists. For those who don't know, I will give you the blocks, but the blocks didn't come in until his 4th year of the season. Since then, he actually led the league 3 consecutive times when they do start tracking blocks. And that's not the case, though. We're talking about rookie year. We're talking about a guy who let the league on notice, the basketball world on notice, from continue his dominance, from being the greatest college player and letting the people know, oh, nah, it's going to continue in the pros, man. Cementing his phenomenal performance against the New York Knickerbockers, playing against MVP Willis Reed, having a phenomenal performance. That's why the captain, Green, is number 4 on my list. Next, Breanna mentioned it earlier. I'm glad you mentioned him. Of course, the Big O, man.
Let's go.
First of all, can we look at this? The head, though? There was many waves coming in, dog, in the 60s. Come on, that alone.
The hairline was lit. The hairline was lit.
The hairline wasn't that bad. You know what I'm saying? That's a close to be a crisp edge in the 60s, dog. But it's not another case, dog. The waves was on point. The game was on point. The production's on point. This man, need I say more? Former Mr. Triple Double himself, the pioneer, superior athlete, regarded as the greatest offensive player of the 60s. And that's because this man started that reign in his rookie year, putting up historical stats. Oscar Robertson at number 3. At number two, I got to go with the fundamental. Tim Duncan. Y'all see them numbers. 21, 12, and 3, or nearly 3 blocks a game. This dude came in as a top 7 player in the league. Period. All NBA team, all defensive team, and receiving MVP votes as well as defensive player of the year votes, while easily getting rookie of the year. Need I say more? Matter of fact, David Robinson told himself when he got in the league, he understood that I was no longer the best player. From rookie season, that's Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan at number 2. And obviously, of course, there is no question. The rookie of the year is named after this guy for a reason, dog.
Mhm.
For a reason, dog. That's the stilt. The guy who should be in everybody's top 10 if you count all time. Look at the numbers, dog. You can't even get there at 2K. You can't. I tried. I lowered the difficulty all the way down. I just couldn't do it. It's impossible.
That's a person.
We talking about that dude. We talking about that dude.
I could do that Hall of Fame. Ain't gonna lie. But go
No,
ahead.
you cannot, sir. But we talking about that guy, the athletic freak. We talking about Wemby being a freak. This dude's a once in a lifetime athlete, period. Coming in the league, not only from an impact standpoint, changing the rules, winning rookie of the year and MVP, one of 2 players in NBA history to ever do so, but also leading the league in scoring as well. Leading the league in rebounding as well. A lot of people notice Wilt came in the league rich. Actually one of the underrated pioneers for the finances of these players. That's why the rookie of the year is named after Wilt. That's why the greatest rookie see will always be Wilt Chamberlain. That's my top 5.
Yo, before you continue, man, I just wanted to say, man, yo, casual, Wilt could be like your great granduncle, man.
Stupid,
Yo,
man.
you got a similar look, man. I was just looking at the pic. Yo, you got a similar look, man.
Hold on, Casual. That might. Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
Hey,
Casual
hey,
Chamberlain, man. Let's rock out.
Casual
Yeah.
Chamberlain, for real.
You see the smirk?
Hey.
You see the smirk?
He got that mustache.
Oh, he got the
Hey.
Yeah. Let's
Yeah, man,
let's.
you're looking good.
Do
boy.
Yeah.
You're looking good, boy.
Hey, you got to say
you guys
Chamber.
have no shame. Do y'all check?
Wait. Sure, what you say? You gotta say
Wait.
Oh.
I need to see L's in the chat. I need to see L's.
Nah,
in the chat.
Casual Chamberlain, man, moving
200
forward, man.
We got
Oh,
234 viewers right now. I need
Hit that
to see
like button, man.
234 L's in the chat right now because comparing me to
That's
Wilt
hilarious.
is nasty work.
Casual Chamberlain, man. Let him rock,
Crazy.
man.
This is crazy. Oh my god.
While we already on casual here, we might as well go ahead and hear his top 5 rookie seasons.
This is nasty. They done threw me off talking about
Go
this.
ahead. Go ahead, Casual Chamberlain. You
I
want us to come back to you?
Okay. All right. I'm. Hey, I want. Brandon, I hope you know I have the power to boot you right now, nigga. You
Oh,
better.
you do?
Yeah. Tone
Hey,
down.
look.
Tone-
If y'all see me go missing, tell my story,
True,
man.
True. Tell them they messed up when they gave me.
Casual Chamberlain is
They didn't-
casual
oh my
Chamberlain.
god,
is
y'all are
crazy.
crazy. Chad, why y'all doing me like this? This is dirty work. Okay. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Fifth. I can't give it to Shaq completely because I'm more impressed with David Robinson's rookie year.
Mm-hmm.
To come in from the military, them only winning 21 games the season before, and then you upping the score by 35. They went from a 21 win team to 56 win team, and you averaging more blocks than Wembanyama did this year. Wemby averaged 3.5. He averaged 3.9.
3.9 is crazy.
Yeah, and so I'm looking at that. I can't lie. I have him 5th. I have Kareem 4th. Obviously, great scoring numbers. Defensively, transcendent from the jump. Yeah, it's not really much I can say about that man. Going from 27 wins to 56 wins in his own right. You can't ignore that. I'm going Tim Duncan 3rd. I think it definitely helped having David Robinson coming from back injury the season prior. It definitely helped having that expertise.
That's what put them in position to draft.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Having that big that former superstar big at the time to be there to show him how to be even more elite. That definitely helped. But Tim Duncan was already great coming from college. Defensively, similar to Kareem, similar to David Robinson, he was transcendent from the jump. And his numbers, albeit may not be that impressive, the impact was felt immediately. And to the point to where I think he was 5th in MVP votes that year. So I go with him third. Second, I have to go with Oscar Robinson. We I would be remiss if I did not put in Oscar Robinson. I think averaging damn near triple double is one thing, but for you to come onto that Royals roster and immediately give them the playmaking that they so desperately needed, to the point of where if I'm correct, I think he was giving them 30 points on a nightly basis, but he was also giving them I think he gave them 20 assists for like a 4 or 5 game stretch, and that was everything they needed at that time. I give him credit there, and he was competing against guards like Jerry West. Nate Archibald came later on, but because I'm looking at the chat. Somebody said Nate Archibald. Is that in this chat? No. I'm sorry. That's on Facebook. Shout out to the 3 Facebook viewers and likes, by the way. Love.
Focus,
Yeah.
Focus, Casual Chamberlain.
I'm
Focus.
sorry. I'm looking at multiple things right now. I got multiple jobs. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Oscar Robinson second, and then Will Chamberlain obviously comes first. I think anybody that just from a stat standpoint that values statistical dominance, Will Chamberlain in every category was the word for statistical dominance. And so and then also his impact was felt there on the defensive end and offensive end. So I think Will Chamberlain definitely comes first out of all of them. But yeah, that's my top 5. Oh, and shout out to because I know we didn't say him, but shout out to Larry Bird.
Yeah, no, I said Larry Bird. Larry Bird and mom.
Okay,
yeah, Larry and mom.
Shout out to Larry
Y'all real
Bird,
disrespectful.
and also shout out to Magic Johnson, because we would be remiss to not express
overrated.
No. Hold on. Before because listen, I know we got some honorable mentions, and I know y'all might disagree, but Mario, who we got going next, yo?
True to King. You can go True.
Oh yeah.
It's about to be all Celtics.
I mean, no, we ain't that elite. We elite, but we ain't that elite. Number 5, I gotta go Larry Bird. Led a team the year before, they won 29 games, 29 games. Then he come in his rookie year, he led the team to 60 some wins. Points to rebounds he was top 4. He finished top 4 MVP voting. Made All NBA first team. Led a team to the Eastern Conference Finals. So he had that's one hell of a rookie year in my opinion. Number 4, I gotta go with. This is tough. 4, I gotta go with. I'm gonna go. Duncan. I'm gonna go Duncan at number 4. Listen, he came in one of the best players in the league, rookie year, defensively, rebounding. He changed that Spurs franchise as soon as he got there. They lost. The best player on the team, with a David Robinson. Even when David Robinson got hurt, David Robinson was still a pretty good player, even off the injury still. So it's like the top 15 is top whatever player. So the fact that he came in as a rookie and had to be the number 1 guy, and being the best offensive and defensive player on the team is highly impressive. One of the best rookie seasons of all time. Number 3, I'm gonna go Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Listen, he's considered the GOAT for a reason, the captain. Finished 3 in MVP voting, made all defensive second team. Listen, he was one of them dudes, man. He came in balling. You saw the stats 30 put up. I'm not gonna, he went crazy. I'm gonna put number 2. I'm at 2. I'm tripping 2. I'm gonna go Oscar Robinson. Oscar Robinson, listen, Mr. Triple Double himself. Like I said, we heard the stats before. Oscar, he was averaging almost a triple double, y'all. He was legit. When he came in, he was the best guard in the NBA. It's not. He came in as a rookie. He was the best guard in the NBA. I mean, he was that good, man, carrying the Royals team. I mean, he finished top 5 MVP voting himself, made NBA first team. So I mean, that's how great he was as a rookie. I mean, he scored, he rebound. Listen, he can do it all. So and then of course, listen, number one. I mean, listen, ain't no. I mean, listen, the award is named after him. The GOAT rookie, Wilt Chamberlain. I mean, it was nothing more. I mean, what else can be said? Like, he won an MVP. He was so cold as a rookie of the year that he won an MVP. So listen, you ain't just the coldest rookie out here. You are the best player in the league. So he came in. He was already the best player in the league. That's how the separation comes from and why he's I got Wilt number one.
Oh.
Okay.
Let's get it, man.
Herm
Let's
is on
get
you.
it,
It's on
man.
you, good
I'm
brother.
gonna start off.
Don't disappoint us, Herm.
Hey, I'm gonna start off with number 5. Number 5. I'm gonna start off with Larry Bird. I think Larry Bird had an exceptional year. His impact on winning was a plus 32. So I got him at 35. Yes, I guess y'all already named the numbers with Larry Bird, so I don't have to repeat that again. I got him at number 5. Number 4 though. Number 4. I'm surprised y'all ain't named this, but I'm gonna go with David Robinson. His impact on winning in
Nah,
1989
I
and
did. I
90.
did. I named David Robinson.
Yeah, he
Go
was
ahead.
saying.
He
Two
had a
people
plus
named. Two people
35.
named it.
He was
Right.
Rookie of the Year, All NBA, and All Defense, and an All Star with 24 points, 12 rebounds, 2 assists. Number 3 though. Number 3, this is where it get interesting, but I'm gonna go with the Big O. Big O averaged 30 point mile. Let's say he averaged a triple double with 30 and a half, 10 rebounds, 9.5 assists. You know, he Rookie of the Year, All NBA, and All Star. His impact on winning was a plus 14. And y'all know what type of franchise he came to. So he was with a terrible franchise at that. Number 2, I'm rolling with Will Chamberlain at number 2. Even though statistically he got the best numbers out of all of them, but I'm rolling with Will Chamberlain number 2. And number 1 though, out of all these rookies, this the rookie
You better
that
not say it.
actually got his team to a title, Magic Johnson.
Talk about him, Herb. Thank you.
For Magic
This nigga
Johnson,
Herm smoking spoiled coke. This nigga
for
snoring
Magic,
spoiled coke.
Let her rock. Let her rock. Let her rock.
for Magic Johnson to have the immediate impact, to be the leader of the team, to get these older guys that probably had animosity towards him
This
earlier to
nigga just say
follow
leader.
his lead. And he carried them in the big game sets against a super team in Philadelphia without Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Even though, honestly, if he didn't get hurt, he would have won the Finals MVP. But he did get hurt. But for him to close it out in Philly in that game 6, it was just great. So at the end of the day, Magic Johnson impact was farther great. That was the leader that they needed. That's what they was missing all along. That's why when he came there, they won in his rookie year. And he just showed his ability to actually play offensively all 5 positions. For crying out loud, he closed the series out playing center, for crying out loud. So at the end of the day, I got Magic Johnson that has the best rookie season of all time. That's my 5, y'all.
Okay. Okay. Definitely understand. It was a reason I left Magic off, but we'll get into that in a few minutes.
8. I'm
Um.
sorry. I thought my mic was muted. I thought my mic
No,
was
you
muted.
good.
Come on,
H.
come on.
H.
Relax.
Good brother is on you.
Yeah,
Hey,
man.
true. True. There was condoms back then. You could use them. Do you
Come
think?
on,
Oh
bro.
no, 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 no. H.
Relax.
Yo,
H.
man.
Go ahead. Go ahead, H.
I just keep it short and sweet, man. 5, I've got Bird. 4, I've got Duncan. 3, I've got Magic. 2, I've got Kareem. 1, undebatable. We've got Wilt, man. Simple.
Simple.
That's simple. Mario.
You can hear me, right? Y'all can
Yeah,
hear me.
we can hear you.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Who you got, Mario? Who in your 5?
At 5, I got Tim Duncan. Basically what y'all said. I think 5 is a good spot for Timmy D. Just like y'all already said. Oscar Robertson is at 4. I wanted to put him higher so bad, but 14 wins. They were still like the second worst team in the league. But after y'all sat there and said that like his team wasn't really that great, I should have took that into consideration. But yeah. At 3, I got Kareem. At 4, I got Magic Johnson. I mean, at 2, I got Magic Johnson. Like Herm already said. won a chip. Man, play out of position and everything. And number one is obvious. The man, the myth, the legend. The award named after him for a reason. Will Chamberlain. That's it.
Okay. So y'all, let's do this. And good list by everybody. Like we all kind of
Sorry, Magic
chat. Hold on.
Johnson.
First off, chat. We need y'all participation real quick. Were we tripping? Who is y'all number one? Who's y'all? Give us y'all top five maybe. Top five rookie
We want to
seasons
hear
all
y'all
time.
top five. We want to see y'all top five.
For sure. But so let's get into the honorable mentions, y'all. Me, for honorable mentions, I had MJ. Right. We all know that Bulls team that he was drafted to. When he was drafted, 28, almost 30 points per game, 6 rebounds, almost 6 assists, 2.4 steals on 51% shooting. Um, like to me that's impressive. He led the Bulls team in points, rebounds, assists, and steals. Only rookie to do that. In NBA history. He was top 5 in steals that year. Not much of a turnaround. Well, I'm not gonna say not much of a turnaround, but they went from 27 and 55 to 38 and 44. That's my honorable mention. Some people may mention Carmelo. I'm not mad at it either, but y'all go ahead.
Man, I got a rookie. Man, I got a rookie that should clearly get more mention than Magic, than Jordan. The most underrated player and rookie of all time, Elgin Baylor. We talking about a guy who finished top 10 in rebounds, points, and assists his rookie season. For those who don't know, he averaged essentially 25, 15 rebounds, and 4 assists. Coming from the military, as we matter of fact, and true know this, LJ Baylor was still enlisted in the military when he got drafted to the NBA.
Yeah.
And he was third in MVP votes, by the way, in his rookie
Yeah,
season.
Elgin Baylor.
That's a fact. So that's the honorable mention. To me, I was going back and forth between him and Shaq and Bird for my number 5. Not Magic, not Jordan, them dudes, the real impactful guys on their team. But do you think though? Do you think?
Yeah.
As a rookie.
I have a name, but I don't like.
I got honorable mention too, because we also got it.
I got one more honorable
I got
mention as well.
I got two. I got two because Will Chamberlain wasn't the only rookie that won MVP his rookie year. Wells Unseld, you know what I mean? Listen, and that mind you, that during this time, the players also the same players, his peers that voted Will Chamberlain as MVP his rookie year with the players that did the same thing was Unseld. So that's definitely a guy. I mean, listen, underrated, one of the best rebounders of all time. Wes Unseld, he was that and mind you, he did that when Wilt Chamberlain and Bill was playing. So that's definitely in the same. They play the same position. So that's tell you how tough he was. And we forgetting? And the reason why this guy didn't make my list because of the games he didn't play. He didn't play enough games, but honorable mention is hands down Bill Russell, y'all. When he came in, and he didn't play enough games per se. When he came in middle of the season, he changed that whole Celtics team to a championship contender. Like came in to a point where he only played 50-something games and still finished top 7 in MVP voted. Like that's insane. So I'll be, mind you, coming off the NCAA championship, playing Olympics. The Olympics ended like in December that year. Came in middle of the season. It's he led that defensive team to a number 1 defense too, by the way. Like when he came in, the team was like number 1 by so it's like that's an honorable mention. So yeah, that's my pick. Will Unseld and Bill Russell. Definitely underrated. Especially over Magic Johnson. That's crazy. Magic Johnson wasn't even the second best player on his team, but that's neither right there.
Talk about it.
Oh, I was just gonna say, Elgin Baylor. The reason why Elgin Baylor, because I think especially if we get an honorable mentions to Elgin Baylor, Elvin Hayes.
Elvin Hayes, yo.
Yeah, Elvin Hayes, like similar situation. He came onto a team that, albeit in that era, like you could have like a terrible like winning season and still be able to make the playoffs or something like that. He dealt with the same situation as Elgin Baylor. Both of them put up dominant statistical numbers. If I'm correct, I think for the Rockets, Sturdy. Look. I'm gonna throw Sturdy a lob. Where does Elvin Hayes rank as far as MVP votes went that season in 58-50 in 68-69?
Give me a moment. I got
Okay.
you. Give me like 2 moments. You
All
talking?
right, well, while you do that, Mario, you said you had a honorable
You
mention.
said
I
68,
got
69.
one. I got one. I don't know if it's a legit.
Nah,
thing.
go ahead. Listen, if it's not
I-
legit, we'll stone
I
you. But
saw
that's
his
okay.
stats. I saw his stats, and I did do research on his situation.
They're leading scoring though this year too though. Oh, casual. I mean,
I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but his
He was
first
top five. He was top 5 in points, rebounds, and assists.
he didn't finish top
Hold on,
7.
hold on.
Hold
Hold on. Go ahead, Mario.
His first name is Walt Bellamy. I think that's how you pronounce it.
I'm not giving him.
Walt Bellamy. Walt.
All right,
He
so we
played for
stoning
the
her.
Chicago Packers, man. He played for the Packers.
No, Walt Bellamy definitely underrated. Walt Bellamy was definitely had an underrated rookie season too. Like he averaged, like people forget about him. He averaged
31.
He
during
averaged
19.
31.
31,
Now you're
19.
kind of close to what's
That's how deep the center. God, the tennis back then, good gosh. Like you gotta play.
And he had a
You
plus 20.
gotta play against them dudes 5 times a year too. Like that's.
And he
like,
led the league in field goal percentage.
It did.
Yeah.
Okay, so hold on. So do we agree Mario just cook real quick?
That was a great
one.
That was a great. No, that was a great.
All right. W Mario in the chat, man. Mario in the chat, man.
31-19.
Definitely cooking.
31-19 is impressive. Like
that's where he is because y'all already said the other players.
Hey, y'all better stop disrespecting the
I see your point.
Hey, y'all better stop disrespecting them tennis in the 60s. They
I'm surprised y'all ain't mention. I'm surprised y'all ain't mention the kid coming straight out of high school, man. LeBron Ramon James.
Nah.
I'm gonna tell y'all why though.
As far as impact,
I'm gonna tell y'all why.
Hold on, let him rock.
I'm gonna tell you his rookie year was actually underrated. LeBron actually finished in the top 10 in minutes, points, shots, and turnovers, and he actually was voted. He was in the MVP conversation. He landed 9th in the MVP ballot.
Yeah, but Herm, there are people that debate that Melo had a better rookie year than LeBron.
That may be true.
And
but
he
at
did
the
it in the West.
time, this is a kid coming straight out of high school, though, that averaged 21, 5.5, and 5.5 rebounds and 5.9 assists, basically. His rookie year is actually, and then he came into the toughest era in NBA history, which is the early 2000s.
Yeah,
so
but
y'all got to
understand.
understand.
Blake Griffin, but was his rookie year better than even Blake Griffin's rookie
year?
year?
He did.
Got you, bro.
Wow.
Blake Griffin was my.
I do not co-sign that. I do not co-sign what you got.
Hold on. Let True cook. Let him cook. Hold on, True. You gotta cook.
Top 10 MVP vote. If you want to use that,
that man was 18 years old, man.
Hey, listen, he definitely he was making Clipper basketball relevant again, man.
He did.
Blake Griffin, listen, one of the best finishers in the game as when he came in. A guy with like a decent, I mean, he has a double-double. Let me look exact numbers. 22 and a half, 12 rebounds,
LeBron was
8
18,
assists.
man.
I'll take Luka rookie year over LeBron's, but you know what I'm saying? I'm a Mavs fan. I'm gonna chill out. My bad.
The Glaze was crazy.
And you know Blake Griffin. That was actually his second season, though. But you remember he missed his whole first year as a real rookie. He came back his second season. That made it his rookie year. But in the day, LeBron was 18 doing this shit.
But
defensive era.
But we gotta look at it.
Them niggas would not have done all that.
I wanted to mention him, but if we look at the names that we did mention, right? We look at the Oscar Robinsons, and I know y'all think this is great black and white TV. The Oscar Robinsons and the Kareems, the Wilt Chamberlains, the Larry Birds. I'm surprised that, and this is where I'm kind of upset. I don't like how people put Tim Duncan over David Robinson's rookie year. I'm not liking that, bro.
They were close for me.
I'm not liking it, Mario.
I got Timmy D over him, but I feel
And
like
Duncan
they.
was top 5 in the league,
I
though,
think he
man.
was
Duncan
If
was
both
top
of them
5.
are top 5, like, does it really matter what
No,
you
I'm
do?
saying, no, I'm saying,
A
Duncan was
35-point game. I mean, a 35-game turnaround by David Robinson.
reason why
That
I'm
is
saying that.
true.
Or Don't do the same thing. Don't do the same thing.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
did
Bro,
the
hold on.
same thing. They were-
No. Hold on, because Duncan had Robinson.
He
Who
was
did Robinson really have?
But
Robinson.
okay. Even with you saying that
Oh my.
nobody expected Tim Duncan to come in and turn that San Antonio Spurs team to a title contender.
That's a
I mean,
fact.
he was highly touted out of what? Wake
You can
Forest?
be highly touted, but not be looked to be that impactful. Tim
Chris
Duncan
Okay.
came in and was
This
Laettner
is-
Chris Laettner was highly touted too. Like, come on,
Bro,
man.
this is
that is a point.
This is preposterous. I'm thinking about, you know what, y'all? Don't talk to me for the rest of the show because I don't like how y'all gaslight me right now. Tim Duncan, hold on. The big fundamental is one. He's one of those guys. He's one of those. But I don't think David Robinson gets a lot of love that he should get for the Spurs. And I'm blaming. Hold on, True. You gonna let me talk? Because I think Tim Duncan came in and washed away David Robinson's legacy right after that because we didn't really get to appreciate what David Robinson had done for the Spurs, man.
Majority of us put that, but majority of us put David Robinson top 5 all like rookie season all time.
I
So
heard
I don't
Tim
see
Duncan
how underrated this nigga could be. But I get it.
You know what? You know what, Casual Chamberlain? Don't talk to me no more the rest of the episode.
know this though. I do know this though. Magic Johnson should not be on this list. I do not. I know
he
that.
definitely should.
This
No,
man
he's not
should
on
not.
my list.
Bro, y'all gotta stop. Y'all gotta listen, bro. Listen, man.
Is
This
that
man
Chris
right
Webber?
here. Y'all gotta stop. No, that's Magic from winning time. Y'all gotta stop. This is the most overrated. This is the most overrated.
What team
When
was he
people mention
drafted to,
this,
Sturdy?
the one of the best teams in the West, the Lakers.
Right.
Yeah.
So how can we give him credit when he was probably drafted to a more competent and better team?
He was the third. He was the 4th best player on the team, arguably.
Yeah, bro. Like Magic, it's cool. He won.
You had Jamal
I'm
Wills.
glad you put that arguably true because the nigga was about to.
Here's the thing. I'm not gonna die. I ain't gonna act like Magic Johnson was on nothing though. But you had Norm Nixon that was also sharing playmaking and facilitating duties at the time. And Magic
But
was
that because Magic was ill-equipped to, or was that because the head coach at the time was trying to make him run small forward? And
two things can be true. I think two things can be true. You had Norm Nixon, a veteran lead facilitator. You had Jamal. People forget about Jamal Wills. Jamal Wills is one of the most underrated.
Yo, Jamal Wilkes is one of the most underrated players, man.
I
His
agree.
second
So
year,
part of the
Jamal
championship
Wills is underrated
is-
player.
very underrated.
I mean,
Absolutely.
like shout out to Magic Johnson. Listen, he became who he became. We ain't gonna deny that.
That's a
We
fact.
It's all about the growth. The fact that the growth become he was. Listen, there's nothing wrong with Nightwing. He was a Nightwing. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Magic Johnson was a sidekick. You know what I mean? He was a sidekick.
Talk to him, True.
Yeah, it's true, man.
You can't beat. Listen, at the end of the day, when you look at these best rookies of all time, a lot of these dudes was a sidekick. They was main characters. They was invincible. You know, they was invincible. You know what I mean? Who would rather be invincible?
I'm gonna be honest, y'all. Listen, I like that. Okay, so we talk about the finals where he played the center position and all that.
No,
like
they
that.
both get the ass.
Listen, hold on, listen. That's fire. We're not gonna take away from that. But I'm just saying, if we talking about top 5 rookie seasons, Magic Johnson, get the hell out of here. I'm okay, buddy. I don't need you. I don't need your rookie season, buddy.
He wasn't even better. He only had best than Ricky Rubio.
Go ahead,
bro.
Mario.
Like, no, but bro, like 18, 8 and 7, 18, essentially 1877. Those are great numbers. No, those are great numbers.
Very great.
But in comparison to the guys we named, out of the 7 to 8 guys we named, bro, they don't compare. Majority of the guys we named, like True just said, they came in as the best players of their team. They made the playoffs, and also they made All-NBA team.
No lie.
They made the All-NBA team.
Magic don't have no case against everybody we named. Magic don't got a case over none of them. was on sale.
No.
Miller. He had no case over. No,
Remove winning the finals his rookie year. Where do y'all rank it?
that's
To the
crazy.
people that say,
No,
to the
no,
people
no,
that say,
you can't remove that. That's a part of the legacy.
hold on, no,
That's
H.
part of the
Barely,
legacy, son.
barely top 15.
Hold on,
Barely.
H and Mario. Since y'all the ones with all the smoke, I'm gonna line you up and walk you down.
Go on,
Remove
boy.
that dang on finals.
Go on, boy.
Remove that finals. That's the only thing y'all really had to go on for that
Come on,
rookie season.
you're gonna be
Okay,
nasty.
let me
Like,
ask you
stop
something.
this.
Okay,
Go
so
ahead. Go ahead, H and Mario.
If we're removing the finals, then, and where you got Duncan, you had Duncan like top 3, right? So if we remove David Robinson, does Duncan get to the finals?
I'm not gonna lie though.
Yes,
No, he doesn't.
Hold on, but
Stop
his
lying.
rookie year was 97. Hold on, Tim Duncan's
but
rookie
he
year
didn't
was
get to.
97.
They didn't get to the finals. They didn't get to the finals his rookie year. They
Right.
won because of Duncan in his second year, like
Second
Kareem.
year.
Okay, I thought he won his rookie year.
Yeah, you're cooked. You walk down. Go ahead, Mario.
But-
You
but-
walk down.
I thought
but-
Duncan won.
What?
I thought
Hey,
Duncan
I'm
won
gonna
his
say
rookie
this.
year.
Magic fighting against Tyreek Evans rookie year. Low key.
That's what I'm
Magic
saying.
Johnson fighting against Tyreek
Back.
Evans rookie year.
Tyreek,
Nigga,
okay, phenomenal.
Hold on, Mario.
first of all, Mario, Tyreek Evans played on the Grizzlies. Don't do that. Don't
That's
disrespect former. Ain't gonna do that.
Rookie. I love Tyreek.
Nah. Tyreek Evans don't even make
Hold
top
on.
30.
Let Mario walk. I mean, let her rock because she just got walked down with H from the UK. Let her rock, y'all.
Oh my, it's cool,
Stop
man.
fucking move.
But we still cannot deny the fact that Magic Johnson won a Finals MVP his rookie year. Okay, but moving on from Finals MVP, let's just talk about regular season MVPs. And we saw the finalists for this award. It was Nikola Jokic, SGA, and Luka. And guess who won? The person who was supposed to win it. Nikola Jokic won the award. The best player in the league won the award.
Agendas being pushed. Agendas are being pushed.
So, A30, do you agree with this decision by the voters?
I'm just gonna say it like this. I turned over a new leaf. Like I said, in order J. Cole, peace, prosperity, and positivity, my brothers. But I said that to my brothers, aka the dark skinners. This dude's clearly not that, so I'm gonna unleash the wrath of hell on this guy. This is me personally. Nah, but all respect though. I would never say a player did not earn an MVP. That man balled out this season. Period. He did. And I think there's other guys that's more deserving, like an SJ and Luka, but Joker still had a great year. Talking about a guy who won 3 MVPs in a 4-year span. I believe only like 6 players did that in NBA history. For him to win 3 MVPs, he became the 9th player in NBA history to do so. Yeah. That's impressive. So shout out to him for winning it. But to answer your question that Mario asked me, if I was a voter, who I was going to do the MVP award, it was going to be between Shai and Luka. If I had the gun to my head, I would probably give it to Luka, primarily because he had one of the greatest offensive seasons we ever seen, and people not talking about it enough due to the trade that Dallas had to do in the beginning of the season. But since that point, they finished the league. Since that trade, I believe they had a top 5 record in the league, one of the best offense in the league, and underrated league, one of the best defense in the league too. And for Luka in particular, to not only maintain that historic production, lead the league in scoring, as well as be able to successfully implement new guys from his team, and most underrated aspect of it to be a more viable player, you also got to understand your value at moments. So Luka displayed not only through the regular season, but also through these playoffs, that sometimes if I don't got it, there's nothing wrong deferring to my second best player, and that's valuable. Self-awareness, that's valuable. So if I had to vote, I would have gave it to Luka, but shout out to Joker for winning his 3rd MVP.
Casual, what were your thoughts on the MVP award winner?
I agree with Sturdy. I felt Luka probably deserved it more. Just simply because of the matter of circumstances. I felt like Denver was sort of, albeit dealing with injuries, they sort of did apropos what you thought that the Denver Nuggets would do. And by no means am I saying that it's not off of the skill or the talent of Nikola Jokic. He absolutely dominated, averaging 26, 12 and 9 for like I think it's like the second straight season. He's put up those type of numbers. And on like great efficiency, albeit not as historic as last year. Still great efficiency. My whole thing is when it came to Luka, the goalpost kept being moved. They kept saying Luka Doncic wasn't the Dallas Mavericks roster was not supposed to make the postseason because they didn't believe in relying on a rookie Derek Lively. They didn't think he was going to be that impactful, and they thought that they were basically dooming Luka Doncic to being on yet another mid roster that wasn't expected to do much. He goes into the season. Derek Lively looks far more impactful than other people looked him out to be, to the tune that I don't know if they brought out the rookie teams yet, but Derek Lively is going to be a all rookie second team at the very least. What he's done this year, for being put into the starting role for the Dallas Mavericks, being a lob threat, a reliable lob threat, while also giving them the rim protection that they so desperately needed. I think that in large part due to Luka Doncic, his offensive impact there made it reliable enough for Derek Lively to be able to be playable for the minutes that he got this season. I think you look at the fact that Tim Hardaway Jr. was not his healthiest down the stretch. Luka Doncic picked up the slack even more on the scoring front while also still maintaining that playmaking. A lot of people, including myself, was questioning how good this Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic tandem could be on the offensive end, let alone on the offensive end, but also on the defensive end, especially. And they weren't that bad, to be quite honest with you. In large part due to Kyrie Irving buying into the role that he was given, and also Luka Doncic sort of taking a seat back down the stretch and allowing Kyrie Irving to sort of flourish as the closer more often than not, while also still being the playmaker that he is. So I think when it comes to Luka's case for being MVP, I definitely felt like it was a stronger case than Nikola Jokic. But I said this with Shai, I said this with Jokic, and I'm gonna say it with Luka. I wouldn't have been mad. Well, I'm not mad if any of them win. It was just that fantastic, that close of an MVP race. You cannot be mad if none of these people win.
All right, and I definitely agree with you on that Derek Lively take. I wasn't too fond of the pickup, but if anybody can bring out the talents of certain players, it's a well-rounded offensive player like Luka. That's exactly what he did. Shooter King, what are your thoughts on Nikola Jokic winning the MVP?
He's a deserving of it, man. He had a great elite season. Me personally, though, I would have gave it to SGA. I mean, hey, what the OKC was doing, lead those young guys, him being the veteran, being young himself, leading that team to the number one seed in the West, one of the best teams in the league. Um, as a two-way player, what he has an impact on the floor. I mean, hey, no all-stars on this team and things of that nature. I would have. Me personally, I would have gave it to SGA. But listen, Jokic, listen, hey, it's Jokic, man. I'm not mad. Listen, it is what it is, man. Joel B didn't get hurt. If Joel B didn't get hurt, I mean, hey, we wouldn't have these conversations about.
Going away, by the way, True. Going away.
Joel B, and we wouldn't forget about SGA, Luka, and Jokic because I would listen. I would. If Joel B didn't get hurt, we would moved on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Hey, the guys wouldn't be mentioned, so we got to put that out there too. But I ain't gonna say the SGA got robbed because, like I said before, like it was art. I mean, that's why it's like it was unfortunate that Joel B did get hurt because it was like it was no question, right? But like when it's a question, you can't say somebody got robbed. You can. Yeah, Luka was elite. But was he hands down MVP? No. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's my opinion.
Yeah. Rebranded.
Yeah, man. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah, man. I'm not mad at Jokic winning it. To be honest with you, he's had a phenomenal season. I kind of knew it was gonna be a long shot for Luka. But the disrespect that I found was him being third. I don't know
Same.
what's happened with Shea this year. Listen, great season by him, right? And Shea is going to be one of the top premier players for years to come in this league, right? The league is definitely in great hands. But where did all this Shea for MVP stuff come from? Right? Like
I,
when was he more valuable than Giannis? When was Shea more valuable than Giannis? Like I don't get it, bro. Like it's been ridiculous hearing how people have just pushed and pushed for Shea to be in this conversation that he has not earned the right to be in. I don't care what y'all saying. And if we're going by, just him, Luka, and him, Luka, and Jokic, he didn't get robbed at all. You're not gonna look at what Jokic did this season for his team and say that he wasn't the most valuable player. You're not gonna look at what Luka's done for his team this year and say that he's not the most valuable player. At the end of the day, y'all keep trying to baby up Shea and his team. I mean, they're a bunch of rookie. I mean, they're a bunch of young guys in the West doing it. I get it, but he's not more valuable than he's not more valuable than Jokic and Luka. If I'm being honest, he probably should not even been in the top three. He shouldn't have been in the top three. Like, how did he get over Giannis? It's sickening. Go ahead, casual. This is sickening. Go ahead, casual Chamberlain. Go ahead.
The reason why Giannis isn't in these conversations this year of all years is because his defensive impact was not nearly as felt. Granted, it was due to injuries. He kept dealing with knick-knack injuries and stuff like that. And so, like, even though I think he played 73 games this year. The time that it was like weird. The time that he was spending, he was like missing 2 games here and then a game here, and so like he wasn't able to get the continuity, especially being on a roster that's defensively depleted from the actions that they did the offseason prior. It was more, they were going to be more reliant on Giannis's versatility and rotational ability. And he just wasn't there to be able to develop that continuity. That being said, though, I do agree with you that I don't think people, I feel like people are so anxious to give the torch to SGA that they're just completely looking over the obvious. And I think it's something that I felt like in the past years that people did for Jokic over people like Giannis. When Giannis won MVP, he didn't put forth his most productive and most impactful season of his career in 2022, and yet Jokic got the nod over him because of circumstances that forced people to look over the actual impact that Giannis was putting forth.
Oh,
So
hold
I
on,
agree.
casual.
Yeah.
Hold on, casual, because I need to swing on a chat member really fast. Excuse me, brother. So, go James, you my guy. But he said what teammates SGA got that averaged 20 during the regular season and playoffs like big overrated joker. Listen, y'all can't knock players for playing on teams that they didn't construct. Like they literally are playing where they're playing at the end of the day. So I don't want to hear this whole, oh, well, look what he had and look what Luka had. People always like to bring up what Luka had and Kyrie Irving, but never like to bring up that Kyrie Irving missed 23 games. So let's imagine if Luka has Kyrie for 23 games. Where does the math finish then? We don't like. I find it real crazy that we knock players for having who they have. First, it was what has Jokic done without Jamal Murray, but then like just any other time is what has Jamal Murray done without Jokic. These are the teams they play for.
I know we're not finna be this nasty, Go. And
Yeah, we're
I
gonna
know
be
Go
this
James.
nasty.
I
We're
know
gonna
Go
be this
James.
nasty.
I know
I
Go
say
James as
it's
well.
though.
I know we're not gonna be so nasty that we're going to penalize Jalen Williams for averaging 19, not 20 in the
Yeah,
regular
no, yeah,
season.
That's why that is not the
go
case.
go ahead, True. Go
That's a
ahead.
little petty.
Oh, but
Isn't
okay,
it
but
true?
no,
That's a little petty, isn't it?
but here's the thing though. Like I ain't gonna lie. Like the one thing about the Mavericks is this: Luka been a favorite to win MVP. Like it's like every year he's like favored to win MVP, right? Like when it comes to preseason introductions, right? With that being said, when the winning MVP, people look at records as a precursor of okay, how can somebody win MVP? Of course, Luka always gonna have the numbers with the season. When it comes to like the team record, the Mavericks, people have thought the Mavericks this year going to be a top, at least a top 4, top 3 seed.
Right, but True, Missing Kyrie Irving for 23 games doesn't
But here's
affect
the
him.
hold up. But this is my pushback on
Go
that.
ahead. Go ahead.
We understand Kyrie is injury prone. We understand Kyrie may not play a whole season going into the season. We understand we understand Kyrie Irving, how many games that he will or may not play going into a season. But people still had expectations of the Mavericks having how to start, not necessarily needing a trade. Because let's be honest, people had high expectations on the Mavericks before this Gafford trade. Okay, nobody would think about Gafford from the Mavericks. You know what I mean? Before, like, people thought the Mavericks gonna be one of the best teams in the league without him. So when
Yeah,
they
but
did,
true. That's people that don't watch the Mavs though. Like it's easy for people to look at Kyrie Irving and Luka and
y'all was
say, oh,
struggling.
they should be a top four.
Y'all looking crazy for that trade.
Hold on, and not to mind you, we were only what 2 games away from being a 4th seed. That the seed that
Y'all
y'all
wasn't
say.
the plane, but y'all wasn't the plane. Y'all wasn't the plane before that trade. Y'all was like in the
Uh huh.
plane, if I'm not mistaken.
Right. Okay, but hold on.
The
True.
point is,
Hold on.
I'm just, I'm just,
The West is stacked though, so we're not gonna
I
act
don't,
like.
but
Go
okay,
ahead.
we
Go ahead.
understand the Western stack though, but like you got the guys like SGA, a young team with not a lot of experience, was moving through the West, was consistent all year round. We got the Nuggets that was consistent, that kept, even when players being hurt or not, right? The Nuggets in the even with OKC when they're making transition, whatever hurt or not, it was consistent the whole year when it comes to how their team was doing. At the
Okay.
end of the day, like it or not, y'all, team like that. I mean, you can't. I mean, the Mavericks was underachieving beginning of the year when it comes to the fact they was in the playing again. Because
Hold on.
I was told before the season started, well, it was a lot of injuries last year, which is understand that, which it was just true. It was a lot of injuries per se. But that being said, the Mavericks, okay, we got Derek Lively, things of that nature, Grant Williams. And it ain't turned out what people thought it was going to turn out, and you had to make a trade at deadline, and then the
Hold
team got better.
hold on. True. Let me swing on Duke really quick. You said
Okay,
you
cool.
cooked yourself SGA, and we're gonna go to Herm and H. My bad, y'all. So we're gonna say that SGA is the #1 seed in the Stack West. Did they win the West on the last day of the year? The last day of the season?
Mm.
So
Well,
okay, so we didn't fuck Luca. I'm sorry. Excuse Luca. We don't even got to mention him. We could just keep this between Shea and Jokic. You didn't run away with the West over Jokic. So my point still stands. Jokic most valuable player. Luca. I mean, to me, Luca over Shea. But go ahead, Hearn.
And end of the day, I don't want to hear nothing about no Jason Tatum. I don't want to hear nothing about no Jokic. I don't want to hear all this stuff, man. End of the day, the MVP should have went to SGA. If any one of y'all on this panel go sit up there and like that we thought the Thunder was gonna be the #1 seed, y'all crazy. SGA should have got it. Nobody ever seen the Thunder go be the #1 seed. That's a hell of an accomplishment. SGA was the best player. Not only he was averaging 30, he was playing defense as well, doing on both ends. So at end of the day, we gotta reward players that do that.
Oh,
Jason
brother.
Tatum. If we was gonna talk about Jason Tatum, true, you should have been going crazy over
I
it.
got 1 point. It's not no
wait,
debate.
Should
I
have
got
went
wait,
one.
over. Should have
wait,
went
I got,
crazy over it
wait,
last year.
gotta be
I
quick.
got
But
one.
SGA did it on both ends.
Real quick.
Did it on a lesser team that didn't have the expectation to be a top seed in the NBA, and nobody thought they were gonna be the #1 seed. So with that alone, y'all, we gotta give them that. We
I got
gotta stop. We gotta
I give
stop.
credit to the coach.
I got one quick point.
Man, the coaches did a
Wait.
terrible job today.
Okay, True. What's your point? It's gotta be quick.
People talking about people put Jason Tatum in conversations he don't belong, where clearly like people forcing that and put him in competition that he wasn't even in. That's my point. And I didn't nobody. This Herman's legit just brought his name up for no reason, and like so that's my point.
I,
The same people that say he don't deserve these conversations, put him in these conversations. That was my only point. I'm done.
okay, and I know Casual. You wanted to address the comment before we get to H in the UK. Can you quickly do it? Quick.
Oh my life.
Yeah, I'll make it quick. So I think his name is Duke. Yeah, Duke Baylox. He asked, "Is Jalen better than what the hell? What just happened? Is Jalen better than Murray now? Right now, yes, he's better. Mainly due to Jamal Murray being hurt. He just obviously he just doesn't look like he has the explosion.
He's been better.
Say it again.
Jalen who though? Jalen who?
Wait,
I think when healthy, I would probably I'll probably still take Jamal Murray just because of his playmaking ability. But
Hold on,
I'm
what's
not
with
mad if you
Jalen?
take. I'm
What
not mad if
Jalen?
you take. I'm not mad if you take J-Dub because he's the much
Oh,
better
Jalen
defender.
Williams or
Oh,
Jamal?
Jay. Oh, yeah.
J
There's like three Jalen's. They
Oh,
catch
you
that
J
for
talking
me.
about
yeah,
Jalen
J Dub,
No,
Brunson?
J Dub,
more than that.
yeah,
It's more than that.
he's asking about
Right?
He's asking about J Dub for OKC. I would probably still take Jamal Murray because I think him as a passing playmaker, I think he still has the he has the nod
A
to like
Jalen
a
team will go
significant
fire.
degree.
Yeah, I
But
call it.
J Dub is so much better of a defender. I'm not mad if you take it. I just don't I don't know. I would have to see a little bit more from J Dub, and especially it looks like this is gonna be like a series for the Nuggets versus Timberwolves. So we're gonna see if Jamal Murray's creation over time can be a little more versatile. Because as it stands right now, niggas really just only getting the ball looking to score, and Jokic is taking too much of the playmaking responsibility when that should not be the case. But I would still give the nod to Jamal Murray when healthy. It's just right now, J-Dub is better.
H from the UK, what are your thoughts on the MVP winner?
You muted, bruv.
This is
Brothers,
what Jokic done for the MVP, man. Straight up robbery. Ballys all over the place. End of the day, I'm not bothered if it was given to Shea. I'm not bothered if it was given to Luka. Shea had the best season and led the OKC Thunder to the top record. And personally, for me, Luka had the best season in the NBA. Dude nearly averaged a 34-point triple double. Guy actually averaged, well, actually, sorry, not average. Guy actually put up 70 points in a single game, and that was nearly a 70-point triple double. And the way he ended the season for me was the best way to end the season. He ended it on fire. That's like NBA Heat back in the day when it used to go, he's on fire. Like literally, the dude was on fire. Jokic, if you want to go with a steady Eddie MVP, yeah, give it him. But personally, he did not have the best season for me. Is he the best player in the NBA? Yes, all day. He's the best player in the NBA, but he was not the MVP for this year. And I think they're just doing it for narratives because they want to create controversy and they want to have a debate at the end of the day. That's the only reason I think they're doing it. Because for me, he shouldn't have won the third MVP. He should have won it last year when Embiid won it. Personally, should have been 3 in a row. But this year he shouldn't have won it, in my opinion. And I think they're just doing it for controversy.
This is
Oh,
this is ridiculous, y'all. I'm sorry. Like
so
Shay, like I just don't see it, man. And last point, I'm gonna agree with her. We should start giving out these awards as soon as the regular season ends. Like there should be a TNT panel show where they just announce all the awards right out the gate because what happens is we wait until deep into the playoffs. So if let's say Jokic, right, him winning the MVP, and we're seeing the first two games he didn't play so well. So now what that does is leave the door open for us to question, well, dang, was he the MVP? We look at Shea, who I mean, Shea is playing good. Luka's not playing well this playoffs, not to me, right? Kyrie is doing that thing on the defensive end and offensive end. Shout out to Kai. But I think we should, yeah, announce this earlier so we don't have to even get into the whole well look how he's playing narrative. But go ahead, Mario, take us away.
next up is the playoffs. We got everybody's thoughts on the MVP. All the people that were a finalist for MVP are currently in the playoffs. The first game that I want to speak about, we got to run through these very, very quickly. Oh yeah, and leave it. Tell us who you think really deserved MVP, who had the best case for the MVP. Also, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel and follow all of the crossover social, which if you go through the comments, should be in the comment section. But back to the playoff talk. All the finalists for MVP are in the playoffs. And the series that just went off, we had the Mavs go up against Luka and Kyrie in the Mavs go up against SGA and Chet. And the OKC Thunder, Dallas are up 2-1 after winning today. What are y'all's thoughts on the series so far? What are you grasp from Luka's production, how Luka's been playing, Kyrie, and everything? So remember, like I said, we got to run through these quickly. We'll start off with rebranding. We'll start off with Herm. Herm,
No. We good. My bad, y'all. My bad. So yeah. As far as this OKC Mavs series, it's going 7 games. It's gonna be a tough series. I'm liking what I'm seeing out of the Thunder so far. Shai Gill getting to the free throw line. It's gonna be a good series. To me, I'm still worried a little bit because Luka Doncic has yet to play his best basketball this playoffs. He's gonna have to play better. He's gonna have to, shoot the ball better. I think what he's done this playoffs, he's bailed out the Clippers. I know for sure with the step back threes that he's taken. I feel like he's settled. I feel like he needs to, get to his shot more. Kyrie Irving has been big. I know we look at Kyrie Irving as an offensive guy, but Kyrie Irving has actually been a defensive god this playoffs, right? Like he took a lot of the assignments against Harden. He was big in that Clipper series. He's been big this series. I think we have to. I like PJ Washington, man, and shout out to PJ Washington having a great game today. Actually, 5 of 12 from three, 11 of 23 from the field, 27 points. We know what he's been doing on the defensive end. Getting some big rebounds. I like what Derek Lively's doing. Right, he's still a rookie. This all season, he's gonna have to put some weight on.
Yeah.
To me, he still doesn't know how to play the game of basketball yet. Right. But I'm impressed with what I've seen so far. Out of him, especially out of Gafford as well.
Yeah.
Josh Green, please just keep this guy off the court, please, y'all. Tim Hardaway Jr., 3 of 9 today, coming back from an ankle sprain in the Clipper series. So Tim Hardaway, he still has to play and get back in shape. But looking at the OKC Thunder, Shai Gill 10 of 23, 2 or 3 from three, 10 rebounds. Bro cooked today. So this actually helps the case for a lot of the people that's saying he should be MVP.
It
Don't look at the whole 2-1 series, him down 2-1 series. This series is going 7 games.
does. Okay.
Jalen Williams, 16 points. Chet Holmgren. Like, let me listen. He's a problem on in the hole, right? He's a problem. Gafford, he sent back a few of Gafford shots, sent back Derek Lively shots a few times. This is gonna be a great series. I'm impressed, but Luka, please, Luka, if you hear us, Luka, they saying that you shouldn't have been in the conversation, Luka. They saying that you didn't deserve to be here, Luka. You gotta prove it wrong, Luka. Put these guys out in 6 games, Luka, so I can come up here and brag, Luka. But that's all I got. We can move on, Mario.
Ace 30. What are your thoughts on the series so far?
Yeah, I just want to say, like Brandon, I thought it was going to be a competitive series. I'm not surprised that it's 2-1 so far. If you watch tonight's game in particular, it was a great game. Honestly, most slept on guy, in my opinion, is Kyrie Irving still doing a lot of little things. And matter of fact, if you go by the stats, right? You go by the stats, let me get this pen off the way real quick. You go by the stats, like it's pretty comfortable. There's no dominant thing like the Mavs didn't shoot crazy, OKC didn't shoot crazy. The points in the paint, fast break points, all of them pretty marginally even, right? But when you watch the games, in my opinion, the Mavs, the Mavs were more disciplined on defense. They executed better, but most importantly, they did a lot of little things, and that's why I said Kyrie is the most underrated. Not only he was cooking offensively, but this defensively, this entire playoffs, Kyrie has been consistent and been stepping up, making great rotations, being active with his hands on ball and off ball, playing the passing lanes, and most importantly, through Luka's scoring woes from time to time, Kyrie has been consistent, especially with his timing and shot creation. So to me, I still got the Mavs in 6, but it's going to be a very competitive 6. I think Mark Daigneault has a few adjustments that he can make to tie the series up 2-2. I think this is a series that Giddey can't play like that, to be honest with you. Giddey's not a bad player, but I think just this series in particular, the OKC needs a little more shooting on the perimeter, so um that way Shai and Chet continue to have the space they need. Also, keep letting Chet cook, man. Like Like I understand J Dub is cooking too, but when J Dub in moments they're not having it, don't be afraid to give the ball to Chet, let him cook. And that being a stretch big like that, be able to slash, be a lob threat in the post and score. There's multiple actions, the options they could run. So I'm with rebranding. This gonna be a competitive series still, but I got Mavs in 6.
Kyrie one by one killing those. He ain't done nothing since Braun narratives in the
Yeah,
playoffs.
talk about it, Mario.
Right. Yep. True the King, what are your thoughts on this series?
Say it's a competitive series so far. Mavericks of course got the double day. Um, yeah, I mean, listen, it's gonna be very interesting. I think both teams are equally matched, but I got Mavericks and what? I got what at 6. I still got Mavericks and 6. I just think just the Mavericks got more tangibles. The more they showing they're a more experienced team.
They are.
You know. So hey, they and the OKC got to change things up. They're too predictable. Like what when it comes to actions and things of that nature. Um,
Okay.
so I mean, we understand like you yeah. Oh, it's gonna be SGA. Then if it's not SGA, then Jalen. So you have to switch it up. Like to 30 said, Chet Holmgren can score too. He's not just a guy that what I mean can just shoot, just catch and shoot per se. He can do other things. So that can yeah. So I mean, hey, I got Mavericks and 6.
And Lou
Okay.
So
Dort was also getting in foul trouble. He's been getting in foul trouble, which has affected his,
that's
defensive ability on Luca. So watch
Okay.
for that moving forward. But go ahead, Mario.
Casual thoughts on
No.
this series?
It's going about how I expected. I said before the series started, I had OKC in 7 games because I knew that albeit I think OKC is the better team, talent wise and cohesiveness wise. I do think that there is something to be said about having the best player in this series, and that's Luka Doncic. And Luka Doncic has been providing that evidence from game 2 onward. Shout out to Brandon, yourself, Maria, and Sturdy, who've been singing Kyrie's praises since the beginning of this postseason, talking about how Kyrie Irving is not just taking on the ability of being the second scoring option on a consistent basis, but he's taking on the responsibility of being more of an on-ball defender, being more consistent on that end. And you saw that in this game. And really for this series, even though they played a perfect game in game 1, I don't agree with True with that the Thunder's play style is too predictable. I don't think it's predicting. I don't think it's the fact that they're predictable. I think it's they're moving too fast. I think outside of Shea, a lot of these players are literally showing that they haven't been here before. A lot of these players, like you're looking at Josh Giddey, you're looking at J Dub even. A lot of them are really they've been here, they haven't been here before, and they're treating it as such because they're so excited. You talked about Lou Dort getting into foul trouble and stuff like that. A lot of these fouls that he's getting is because he's just being too antsy. He's being too aggressive on Luka. And the one thing you can't do when you go up against an offensive superstar the caliber of Luka, you saw it in the Timberwolves game the night prior with Cat. When you're on an offensive superstar, you cannot be so aggressive because you get aggressive, they know exactly how to manipulate the referees into giving them that call. And so Luka he's just using his experience and his patience against the Thunder, something that the Thunder have been using for really the majority of this postseason all the way up to game 1. They've been more patient, they've known what they want to do, and they've been executing it as properly as you could possibly ask them to. But about game 2 and game 3 has literally just been Luka out OKC and the OKC Thunder. And also big shout out to PJ Washington, acquisition that they got during the trade deadline that a lot of people didn't even care about because PJ Washington was playing on a irrelevant franchise, and so his playing style wasn't even like that notarized outside of Flight Sports. Shout out to Flight Sports. But that being said, though, I'm looking at this Dallas Mavericks team, and they're being patient, they're being poised, and they're executing every time the Thunder are making mistakes. And so my what I advise the Thunder to do from game 4 onward, slow down, Stop being so antsy and be a little more decisive with their passes, because that's another problem that I'm seeing them having.
You gotta clean up their mistakes, rookie mistakes. It's a young squad. H from the UK.
Yo, man. Like I said from the beginning, this is going 6 games for the Mavs. And I said it based on this. It's based on two things, two E's: execution and experience. The problem is that the Thunder are just missing shots. That's all it is. They play a very simple game. They drive in, they kick it out to the wing, they shoot the three, they miss. But the Mavs do the exact same thing and they make the shots. Shout out to PJ Washington making the corner threes. Shout out to Kyrie playing the leadership role. I said it in the Clippers series when at the end of the day, you always need a veteran and a leader who's going to say, I need to pull up my shorts, I need to pull up my socks and play defense. When you have a veteran who's going to dig in and sweat on the court and play defense, that's how you get buy-in. That's what Kyrie's doing right now, and it's giving them the edge. Execution and experience is going to win this series, and that's why the Mavs are going to have the edge. Shout out to Kyrie. Shout out to Shai. He's doing well, but it's just not his time yet. I've got the Mavs in 6.
And Herm, Hollywood Herm.
So, hey, I agree everything with H saying, but the Mavs in 5, man. What I saw during that game,
Snap.
with the inexperience that the Thunder have, it was actually their coach was making some rookie mistakes as well. Hack a lively, basically leaving the role players to get good looks. I think end of the day, the Thunder is not as good defensively as the Clippers. So I think Luka, he's still gonna be inconsistent, but I expect Luka to have a big game 4. I expect Luka to be inefficient because he's getting good looks. He's just not making them. And the Mavs didn't have a lot of good look opportunities in the last series and then getting in this series. And the inexperience go hinder the Thunder end of the day. They don't have elite 3-point shooters. So end of the day, the Mavs are collapsing the paint, making it difficult for the Thunder to get good looks because they're not a great 3-point shooting team. That's why I think they need to make the power move to get lower marketing this upcoming off season. But end of the day, Mavs in 5. Kyrie Irving been the best player in the series to me because he's doing it on all levels. He's doing all the small things. He actually is being the facilitator, making sure that the PJ Washingtons and others get involved early and often. And he just been a hell of a leader, man. He's done a great job despite of Luka's inconsistency throughout.
Did you break up?
Okay. But anyways, Herm, I don't know if you're still there. We got move on. We got 18 minutes to run through the 3 other series. So y'all got a minute. Y'all each got a minute to talk.
How many series we gotta go through? Like 3 more?
3 more. We got 3 more. And the next one we gotta talk about is the Timberwolves versus the Nuggets. Give us your insight on how you've been viewing the series so far, Ace from the UK. We'll start with you.
The Timberwolves have been doing their thing, man. At the end of the day, they've been playing tough defense and everyone's been buying in. But for me, just the win that the Denver just got now, that's going to propel them to win the series. They needed this win. They needed this win. It was at their ground. I think they're going to get the next one and they're going to go forward from there. Everyone played into the role. Everyone started scoring. They needed that edge. And this is where, once again, I said it from the beginning, I got Denver in 7, and it's down to the little things, execution, but also offensive rebounding. Once again, Jokic was back to his offensive rebound assassin ways, playing the glass, getting the extra shots, getting the extra possessions. And I think this is what's going to be the edge for them. Shout out to the Wolves. They played a hell of a series, and they're going to be in the finals one day. But for now, I got Denver, man, in 7.
Okay, True the King.
Wow, somebody mute up. What is going on?
Whose is that?
Okay, go ahead. True, it's on you, brother.
Dang.
All right. And to the chat, we are handing out band-aids. We know your ears are bleeding. Please look to your left, grab a band-aid, and move along. There you go. But go ahead.
What was that? That was crazy, bro. But
Somebody added me but I don't know why the fuck somebody. But go ahead.
I
Go
don't
ahead,
know.
True.
Was it me? I don't know. No, it wasn't me. I put Herman. But anyway, um, I mean, I still got Minnesota. What I said, I don't know if I said 6 or 7 before the series. I don't know. I mean, it's gonna be a tough series. I mean, listen, the Nuggets they won a championship for a reason. I mean, it is what it is. It ain't over till it's over. With that being said, Minnesota's still up 2-1.
Mhm.
They got it. I mean, listen, it's gonna be tough. Like I said, they got it. Can they can they do it again in Minnesota? So that's the thing. So a combo must win game in a sense, right? Because I mean, well, that being said too, it ain't over till it's over. Because Denver Nuggets is a team that they've been through these situations before. So
Yeah.
I got Minnesota 6 or 7 still.
Okay. Hollywood Herm.
Nuggets in 6 games, man. I think they're gonna win 4 straight. And I think Mike Malone made his adjustments. They're doing different looks offensively for his different movements, using different ways to get Jamal Murray better looks and finding better ways to get Jokic involved. And basically, what they doing, man, Chris Finch. I don't think Coach Finch gonna be able to figure out what's going on. I don't think he can make an adjustment to it. Rudy Gobert is gonna end up being unplayable. It's gonna get to the point where that veteran Mike Conley, they might have to sit him down and play Alexander Walker more. By doing that, you don't have a true facilitator on the court, the veteran leadership that you would need on the court. So I just think Denver's with Mike Malone's adjustment that he made in that game 3. I think it's gonna continue on, and I think she's still gonna add more adjustments to it for us, adjustments offensively as well. They gonna even add more to it, and make it more complex for Minnesota to. They're not gonna be as predictable offensively for the rest of the series. So basically, I just think Denver gonna run the table. They're gonna win in 6 games. Just the honest truth. It was good while it lasted, Minnesota. But y'all just not ready yet, man. Y'all gotta make a couple more moves in the offseason to get there. It's just not y'all time, man. We gonna see Luka Doncic and Nikola Jokic in Western Conference Finals, man.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Ace 30.
I picked the Nuggets in 7 before the series started, but Game 4 is going to be a pivotal game. It's going to be the pivotal game, in my opinion. Um, I actually think Finch went away for some adjustments that were working in the first 2 games. The first one being he started Ant on Jamal Murray at the beginning, which if you saw how Jamal Murray got rhythm off the high screen and roll action, it gave you a little more separation because even though Ant is an improved defender, he's not as good of a screen navigator as a Jalen McDaniels. So I think Chris Finch is going to keep Jalen McDaniels on Jamal Murray a little bit more. I think the main thing that the Wolves that cost them the Wolves in Game 3 were they responded badly to the Nuggets initiating physicality and the Nuggets getting back being more focused on the defensive end to make the Wolves do things they weren't comfortable doing. But I think the Wolves going to adjust. I think in particular when you heard how the players responded to that loss, in particular, Anthony Edwards saying, I take full accountability of it. I know exactly what I did wrong. That tells me that's a huge indicator that he's going to be more aggressive. And most importantly, we've seen throughout this regular season and throughout the playoffs, wherever he goes, the team goes. So that tells me they're going to be a little more focused. Game 4 is going to be a hell of a battle between both teams. But I'm leaning towards, I think the Wolves get it done. If they win Game 4 is over.
Okay. Casual.
I'm sticking with Denver Nuggets. I said they were gonna win before the series. Um, I was surprised to see the way in which they doubled down on their on their regular style of play, because I thought that one of the key things that I noticed in this series is they're looking to out scheme the Timberwolves, and Timberwolves are just they're just hooping. They're just playing basketball. They're not making this overly complicated. They're not making no significant scheme. They're full court pressing you. They're refusing to switch. And especially for Jokic, Jokic is catching the ball in the post and he's still trying to play make out of the post, which is that is his game. But the Timberwolves, the reason why they won those 2 games to start the series is because they basically essentially said, Rudy, Cat, guard Jokic, we'll handle what happens on the perimeter. They're not worried about, trying to send a double towards Jokic. They're betting on their big men to do what they're supposed to do. And the fact that Jokic still is playmaking out of the post when the Timberwolves are literally daring him to look to score, I think that may come to bite them. That being said, though, it didn't in game 3. And all and all it takes really is Jamal Murray replicating what he did in game 3, and MPJ doing what he did in game 3 as well, to open the floor up for Jokic to be able to do what he does best, which is stuff the stat sheet. And they can pull this series out, but it is not going to be in games. It's not going to be 6 games. It's going to be 7 games. And I argue the Timberwolves are going to come correct next game. I think it's going to be pivotal because the Minnesota Timberwolves are going to give them their best shot. I think Anthony Edwards comes out way more aggressively than he did in game 3. I think Rudy Gobert is far more attentive on his rotations. I think Karl Anthony Towns I think Anthony Edwards is in his ear telling him to stop fouling again because he's getting back to those old habits. And I think and I think that they end up they end up giving them their best shot, but I just can't go against Denver.
Okay. They got Denver.
Um,
Rebranded.
yeah, it's over in 5. Timberwolves gonna take it. Episode 6, I'm gonna be back here laughing at all my teammates, my good co-hosts and everyone. I'll be laughing. This series is over in 5. Yeah, the Nuggets had a great game 3, but yeah, it's done.
It's done.
Go ahead, Mario.
The next game we got the Knicks versus the Indiana Pacers. We got to run through this as well so we can give our prediction for today's game, which would be the Boston Celtics versus the Cleveland Cavaliers.
And chat, make sure y'all tell us who's winning that Nuggets and Wolves series and how many games. Well, go ahead, Mario.
We'll start with True to King. Knicks Pacers.
Knicks in 5.
Okay. 5.
I mean, I don't. It just it's just gonna be hard for the Knicks to keep playing this way. I mean, not the Knicks, the Pacers to keep playing this way and not continue to get stops on defense. I mean, they can get. I mean, how fortunate can they get in these type of close situations? If you can't, your defense is gonna continue to be bad. So I just basically trust the team and the Knicks that I know they can get stops in certain situations. So, I mean, a 40-foot jumper step back by Nimrod. I mean, granted, clutch. I mean, shout out to Tyler Halliburton. He had a great all-around game, but I mean, hey, if Nimrod had to get you a 40, you know what I mean? You gotta do a step back from 40, to close the game out. Then, hey, I think Knicks would live with that any day of the week. So I just trust the Knicks. I think Knicks get the next game and they finish out at home in Madison Square Garden. Just the Pacers just don't play enough. Their defense has been trash. I'm just being this serious, so they got to show me that they can get stops. I mean, because the Knicks shooting, they're not going to beat the Knicks if the Knicks is shooting the ball like that. Knicks are shooting like 50-40, something like the whole series. Something like that.
So. Okay. Casual.
Knicks in 6. I feel like True. I don't know if you're factoring in this, but they just lost OG Anunoby in game 2. Add that to the fact that Mitchell Robinson is still out. Eventually, like losing contributors.
They can't stop. They still can't get stops. That's the only reason why I'm saying that.
They can't get stops. They can't get stops, and that's
the only reason though. They can't. They legit can't get stops.
But all right. Do you agree that the Knicks can't? The Knicks aren't. They're not shooting outside of Dante DiVincenzo. They're not. He's carrying their 3-point percentage. The rest of them are not knocking down shots at that efficient of a rate.
I mean, that's a little concern too. So I could be wrong in that aspect, but I mean,
we agree that they're going to win. I'm just talking about that one game. All the Pacers need is to play Pacers basketball one more time.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. I ain't going.
Okay, so Y'all both agree the Knicks gonna win? Okay.
Oh, we agree to that. Yeah, we agree.
It's from the UK. What you got for the series?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I got the Knicks in 7 now, man. Originally I had them in 6, got them in 7 now. OG's out, and I think OG was a good matchup against Siakam. And then also Robinson's out, man. And I think again, with Robinson being out now, Turner's been able to start cooking. So those two players are going to be very pivotal in winning the series. But hopefully OG comes back in game 5 and they can close it out. But if not, I've got the Knicks in 7. If they come back, got them in 6.
Okay, Herm.
Oh man, you know, I got the Knicks and I got the Knicks in 6 games. I think end of the day, just a better team. Indiana, if they could play better defense, they would have a chance. But since they're not a great defensive team, that's going to hinder them. So no matter who's probably missing from the Knicks go get a lot of good looks no matter who's on the court. So I think eventually, as long as you got Jalen Brunson on the court, even he's not 100%, I think they're going to be still prepared. They're going to overcome. They're still going to win the 6 games. But they need to be healthy against Boston if they want to beat Boston.
Okay. A-Sturdy.
Oh yeah, I had before this series started, I had Knicks at 5, but just like H and Casual mentioned, losing losing OG is a big deal, especially defensively matching against Pascal. So because of that reason, I think the Pacers get next game. I think to tie it up. I think the Knicks eventually ended out in 6 games. Um, at the end of the day, defense and rebounding are two of the most important aspects, especially in the playoffs. And you notice Jalen Brunson, outside of that slow start in the last game, he's he's kind of scoring easily on the Pacers in a way. He's still making tough shots, shout out to Denmark. But at the end of the day, Jalen Brunson is still having his way from a scoring perspective. And I just think the Knicks just need another person. Just with OG going out, if they can get another person to give you a consistent 12 to 13 points, that's enough. But Knicks are 6.
Brandon.
Yeah, Knicks in 6. I think the Pacers can win one more game. Last night, Andrew hit a crazy shot, and I think Jalen Brunson didn't go to make the 3. He went to go get fouled, and we saw it on the shot. And yeah, Knicks in 6 is over.
Knicks in 6. Okay, so I think majority of everybody on the panel got the Knicks coming out with that series. The last series that we are about to talk about. We're just only going to give predictions for this because they actually play today. So just predictions on the game today. We got the Boston Celtics versus the Cleveland Cavaliers. True the King. I know you're a Celtics fan, so who do you have pulling out this game today?
I got Celtics this game, and Celtics in 5.
Celtics in 5.
Really no explanation.
Wow.
Celtics in 5. I don't really no explanation.
Cap, man.
I'm not even gonna argue it. It's just Celtics in 5. We gonna listen.
You said what he
Everything's
said.
recorded, man. Celtics in 5. I mean, it is what it is. Hey.
I said King. Don't do that.
No, she said clean, but we listen, y'all. We're not gonna act with everybody.
Don't do that. Okay.
We know what you said.
Okay, so the King got the Celtics.
Everything will be recorded. Everything will be recorded.
Tell him, Brandon, we sending it straight to HR.
Okay, Twitter King got the Celtics winning today. Casual, who you got coming out with the dub today?
Celtics, and they're pissed.
Okay. Brandon, who do you got coming out with this game today?
Yeah, Celtics. The Celtics are gonna prove a lot of people wrong this year. Y'all gonna have to get True to King or Clean, however y'all want to call them. Y'all gonna have to give him respect, man.
They're training right now as we speak. They're training right now.
Okay. 8:30. Who you got for today?
Today I got the Celtics. I think they take a 3-1 lead, and then I think the Cavs get another game, and then Celtics ended at 6.
When Doncic get 40, that game.
H from the UK. Who you got today?
Yo, man, I got the Celtics, man. I got Tobias Tatum doing his thing, man. Yo, I got him doing
Tatum is nasty. Oh my, I love it though. Tobias Tatum. That's nice.
Nasty work, man.
And then we got
the villain, Hollywood
Taylor
Herb.
being the Michael Jordan of Tobias
The villain,
Them Jim
Hollywood
Crow
Herb.
Celtics, man, they losing tonight, man. I got the Cavs winning tonight. End of the day, you can't trust anything with the Celtics. The last 14 games, Tatum been 20 from 88 from the three-point line. He settles for threes too much. He's not going to take advantage of the good looks he could get if he used a post game and take the mid-range shots. I don't trust the Jim Crow Celtics, man. That's why I never pick them. You can't believe in them. Hey, true. Cavaliers winning game 3 tonight, buddy. Y'all should not have slipped in that game too. Donovan Mitchell, he's been cooking the whole series.
Tatum, you say he's selling for threes. You say he's selling for threes, but Tatum is averaging 8.6 free throw attempts a game in the playoffs.
Hey, it don't matter, true.
How it don't matter? You say so. How you settle? How you settle for
wait. I'm back. Who does
They about to start fighting.
Hold on. You said you settled for threes. You said it. You said my name too. I don't gotta say. You said my name too. You said selling for threes, but how you can be selling for threes and you're only taking 15 shots per game, which is lowest attempts to I don't know, whatever. And he's averaging 8.6 attempts from the free throw line, which, by the way, what people have been criticizing Tatum for not getting to the line, correct? Yeah, we understand. Listen, he ain't shooting well. He got stepped up when it comes to shooting. I'm not arguing that, but tell the people I'll let you finish. Listen.
I mean,
tell the people also he averaging a double. Tell the people in over 10 rebounds a game.
What's he shooting from the field, man? Tell us that. What's he shooting from? Tell us that.
No, we're not going to.
What's he shooting from the field? Tell me that, man. Tell me that. What's he shooting from the field? What's he shooting from the field? Tell me that, man.
This is thirsty because I clearly said they wasn't.
Hollywood, y'all not gonna jump him though.
Why don't you tell me what he's shooting from the field? Don't just say he's shooting bad. Tell me what he's shooting.
Let me say this though. Did I say he was shooting bad? Yes or no?
No. I want you to. No, I want you to tell the chat what he's shooting. I want you to say the numbers.
True, can you tell? Hold on. Y'all not gonna jump him. True.
Let's do this.
No, we gonna jump him when he delusional. He need to get.
I clearly said he's shooting bad. So you want me? Hold up, if I can finish.
Go ahead, let him finish, and then y'all can jump.
This is thirsty. Can we all agree this is thirsty? Can you all agree this is thirsty too? By the way, shout out to
it's not thirsty, man.
Shout out to Casual. Listen. This is Thursday because listen, we can read that he's shooting 40% from the field.
What's he shooting from free? This is thirsty.
What's he shooting from free? This is thirsty.
What is he shooting from free?
I was about to say it.
Say it with your chest.
It's not thirsty.
Say it with your chest, man.
Get off of him.
Wait, y'all gotta let him say it.
This is thirsty, dog. I legit was about to read it, and what is the thing? Like, come on, bro. I was legit about to read. This is thirsty behavior.
Yo, see how you're longing it out.
No, listen, hold on.
Y'all longing it out. Just say it,
hold
bro.
on, H, go to the corner. Let him cook. He's about to say it.
Hold on. That being said, this is ain't missing every shot they missing.
No. Tatum's missing every shot from free. That's who's missing. Tatum's missing every shot from free. Not me.
He's shooting 26% from three right now.
Yo, let's end the stream, bro. 26. That's awful.
With that being said,
let's end the stream.
We gotta end it off.
Awful.
Yeah, we gotta end it off.
Because with that being said, though, right? Did I ever defend him shooting bad? Did I didn't acknowledge him not shooting bad? Because I clearly said that, and like this is thirsty behavior. This is nasty work. Like how y'all gonna jump me then lose?
It's not the thirsty about the.
How you gonna try to jump me then lose? How you coming? How I won in 20 versus?
Was this a 20v1?
How do I win a 20v1?
20v1,
bro. If you think you won this,
hey, this is what happened now, man.
You got less percentage of IQ than Jayson Tatum's field goal percentages. If you think you won this,
listen.
Hold on, can I say this too? Hold on, can I say this too?
You think you won this?
True. We gotta end it. Hold
on. Listen.
Yo, salute, chat, man.
Hold on. Listen, real quick. So to the chat, put in the chat who y'all think won. if True the King won the 20v1, put a 1, and if H
That
from the
was
UK and
thirsty,
Hollywood
though.
Herm jumped them and they won, put a 2. I want to do this
Hey,
though.
Action Jackson, how much you want to bet? Hold on, let's do this. Action Jackson, how much money you want to bet, Action Jackson? How
Hold
about
on,
that?
hold
You
on,
all
hold
you
on, hold
know
on,
for
Let it
losing money.
go.
You know for
Let it
losing
go,
money.
True.
You
Let
know
it
for
go.
losing money.
hold on. Listen. So I want to give out the MVC, the most valuable commenter of the day, and it has to go to Durag Durant. The good brother was in the chat.
No, we're not doing that.
He,
I got this. We not. The man has been in chat for like past 30 minutes. We ain't doing that, bro. That man.
wait, hold on.
Shout out
Hey,
Duke.
Wait, hold on.
Shout out
You
Duke
got a name?
Blaylock.
yo,
Shout out Duke
shout out
Blaylock.
D-Rock Durant, man. Shout out, man.
Wait, we
Wait,
gotta
hold
Shout
on.
let
out.
Brandon finish.
Hold on,
Wait, we gotta
listen.
let Brandon finish.
Hold on, listen. So listen. Durag Durant has been saying the comments that's made me laugh. I got Duke Baylocks in the chat. It was also another guy. I forgot his name. It was a long time ago. But listen, I'm going with Durag Durant. You know what I'm saying? Anybody got a problem with it? Talk to HR about it.
Shout out Duke. Shout out Duke
Don't call me
Blaylock,
about
man.
that shit. Don't call
Yeah,
me.
shout out to.
This is what happened if Drake would have won. By the
Hey,
way,
hold on.
too.
Hey,
20
True.
versus 1. This
Hey,
is what
True.
happened
Hey,
if Drake
True.
would
They
have won.
saying you won, True. True, you won the
Hey,
squabble
man.
20v1.
Yo, I didn't see that, man. I seen
Catch
everyone
us
I
say
mean, you so
episode
used to
6.
ski mask
losing, you
UK.
trying to
Hold on,
get a victory for
I
somewhere.
just
You so
hold
used
on.
to losing. You
I
used
just
to
want to say.
losing.
I
Duke,
just want to say real quick. I just want to
Duke,
say
I'm gonna
real
go
quick.
you.
I'm gonna give. If it was up to me, I would give MVC to my boy Talkable Pond. He's
Yes,
been active in
Oh,
absolutely.
this
yep,
chat
yep, yep, yep,
since
yep,
the
yep,
beginning.
yep.
So
Absolutely.
if it was
Definitely.
up to me, I would give him. But chat, don't be calling me. Don't call me about no bullshit. Okay?
Nah, listen.
Call Brandon. Call
Nah, don't
Brandon.
call. Listen,
Don't call
listen.
me.
Hold on. Catch us episode 6. Next, I mean, the MVC, it will be undisputed next episode. There will be no debates. Mario said Duke Baylocks. He's in the chat falling in love, putting emojis and stuff like that. Make sure we get security on that guy as we walk Mario out to her limo. Limo is
Yeah,
crazy.
man.
Hold on, do people still drive limos?
Hey, I
Me and
gotta do
True,
a
look,
call out too. I gotta do
me
a
and True is
call out
walking
too.
into the
We
limo
go.
right now. What are we talking about?
Exactly. I'm still got
Wait,
my
Herm,
belt,
go ahead.
I still got the
Wait,
championship belt on my
Herm.
shoulder, man.
Oh,
Herm, what did you have to say?
come on
Real
now.
quick. Hollywood
I
Herm, if
want
you
to
ain't
smoke
got
with Young
nothing to
Africa,
say.
man. Young Africa, since you wasn't here, I
Okay,
want to smoke with you. I want to debate you and smoke you, boy. Since you don't
I'm gonna
want to
leave
come
my
to work
comments.
on time,
I'm gonna
I
leave my
want to
comments
smoke
to
the Young
myself.
Africa, man.
we gotta do that
I'm
next episode, maybe.
Hold on,
But
real
yeah, we
quick,
gotta close.
real quick.
Okay, go
Shout
ahead.
out to Moose Talk Hoops.
Absolutely.
Shout out to who else, bro? So
Real Chase
Crazy.
over face debate. Shout out Real
Shout out,
Chase over
Go
face
Crazy
debates.
TV,
yep.
SB
Yes.
Sports.
Shout out to
Shout out
Shout out to
Vanity
Sean Webb,
my
Sports.
man.
co-host. Shout out to our co-host Zeno.
Uh-huh.
Zeno, definitely.
Shout out to Zeno for sure. Shout out to Vanity Sports.
Hey, shout out to Ralph and
Yeah.
them. Shout out to
I'm
Ralph
most
and them. Shout out
I'm
to Kai.
most
Hey.
And
I'm
happy
Love,
most
related to Lamont too.
I was
hey,
gonna
FYF
hold
say
on,
happy
most
y'all.
birthday.
importantly,
Happy
man,
related.
shout out to FYF, man.
Shout out to
Put us on,
FYF.
Hey,
man.
happy, his
Definitely,
birthday was
man.
a couple days ago. Her birthday was
Yeah,
a couple
man.
days
Happy
ago.
Get the
birthday,
cash out,
man.
y'all.
Make
God
sure to
bless.
go
Definitely.
into the Discord if you're not a part of the Discord already,
Hey,
and make sure to spam
hey,
happy birthday to
hey,
Lamont.
hey.
Hey,
Hey,
shout
listen
out to
to
SB though too.
SB. Rumble the Ring coming soon, y'all.
Coming soon.
Hey,
And hold on. And
hey.
lastly, shout out to the chat. We out of here.
Shout out
We'll
to
see y'all
Kai.
episode 6. We'll see y'all episode 6, man.
All right, man.
Ain't Zima
Salute, man.
like this.
Salute everyone in the chat,
We,
man.
we, we,
Salute.
salute,
Salute
peace.
everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Blessings, man. God bless. Take care.